Martinelli inbounds to Jake West. They'll bring it up. They'll probably just dribble this thing out. Yep, Jake West holds on to the ball. Northwestern fans stand, applaud their team as they should. They're obviously pretty excited about what they've been able to see here tonight. And they are going to be a handful here in another year, although they will miss their best player, Martinelli.
Yeah, that's going to be the job of that staff. They've got to find somebody to replace him.
And they got a shot clock violation there, so that's, what, their 5th turnover of the ball game? 5th, I think, is all. Restitch will bring it up for Indiana. He'll just walk it across the timeline. Clock didn't start, so 8.9 seconds, and they're going to redo that. I guess they're just going to give it back to him, and they're going to basically go with the 8.9 that never started. So an extra few seconds here. It'll be dribbled out, and the final score will read: the Northwestern Wildcats win it 74-61 over Indiana. Again, a 7th straight win for the Wildcats over Indiana over the last 5 years, and disappointment for this Indiana basketball team and for the Hoosier Nation as a whole, as the regular season and the Big Ten tournament have come to an end for this ball club. Now we'll wait to see if there's any postseason whatsoever. Our final score again, 74-61, and we will come back here in a couple of minutes and wrap up this thing as quickly as we can here tonight. Once again, the final score, 74-61. Back in a moment. This is IU Basketball, the Kearsarge Radio Network from Learfield.
Merchants Bank is a unique
Nick Martinelli right now making his way over to us, and Nick's going to suit up here and join us. Nick with 28 points here today, and Nick, David, Billy across the way. Can you hear us?
Yep.
Congratulations on just a fantastic game, but a great win. All right, you're coming back after winning last night. Short turnaround. How did you guys feel coming into this?
Hey, we knew we were going to have some aches and pains coming into today. You know, yesterday, it was a battle till the end. We were in until, the last couple minutes, and, we just had to turn it around. We got our butts in the tubs, didn't celebrate, and we knew we had to. I'm playing for my life right now. We're all playing for our lives, and the guys that are on the court, they just done such a good job supporting. I mean, these are young guys, man, and they have no business, being out there for 35, 40 minutes, expected what they're expected to do, and they're just doing such a great job. I'm so proud of them. Yeah, Coach Collins called it before the game. He said, he calls it senior urgency. But you see that from your players. They want to see you keep playing. Do you sense that? I mean, I hope so. That would be an amazing testament. But, I really think these guys just love the hoop in itself. These guys are ball players. They're in the gym all the time. And, we don't want this to end. We want to keep going. So, that last game against Purdue, we felt like we had them on the ropes, and hopefully we can get them this time. Nick, how much did the struggles this year with these young players?
Focus on the things that allow you to be successful, and the normalcy of it, I think, is what's really important. And so no different here today. We've got Rutgers, and we've got to focus on the things we need to do to be successful and find a way to win tonight. And if you do, the game's over, you wake up and you're like, all right, let's get ready for the next one.
With you guys 4-2 in the last 6 with some very impressive wins in there, and with the shortened roster, does that, I know you have to be normal, that has become the norm. So now with back-to-back possibilities, or 3 days in a row if things go well, 4 days, all down the road, do you as a coach have to think about that, or is it get tonight and worry about tomorrow?
I just said there is no tomorrow if you don't win tonight, so you can't think about that. You just have to focus on winning tonight, just whatever it takes to try to get the job done tonight. That's the only thing that matters. And it's like this, I mean, well, there are no minutes to conserve. There are no things. This is just, and even if we did, I would never think like that. I think you've got to just focus on the task at hand, and you do that, and then you know, again, game's over. If you advance, you wake up and you figure it out the next day.
Is there, to me, I have really enjoyed watching this team. There is a vibe. You mentioned sometimes you catch this vibe, and they've bonded together through some of this adversity. So this, I mean, look, who knows, right? There's no guarantees, but this could be a team that could put it together a little bit here, right, and have some fun this week.
Yeah, I mean, they can do that, and they already have. I think your vibe is right. I mean, I think they've embraced kind of, the adversity. They've embraced kind of who I think they have to be to give themselves an opportunity to win. And so that's been awesome. And that's really, again, you just kind of stay right here and you try to catch up. You never know what's going to happen tonight or the next day or anything. But I think everything you said is true. And so I try not to, like you said, look ahead and all that. I'm just enjoying the group we have right now.
All right, let's talk about the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. You guys played them, I guess, just a little over 2 weeks ago back in Minneapolis and got a nice win. Obviously, I'm guessing the scouting report you just printed off again, right? I mean, there's not much that's changed between then and now.
Well, I think the basics are the same, but I do think, within the game, and you learn this as a coach, and kind of even hits you more when you're in COVID. And I remember that COVID year we had to play the same team back to back. Our league, we don't play everybody twice, but when I've been in leagues where you do, and you really learn that even if you win the first game, the worst thing you can do is, like you said, just say, well, let's just do exactly the same thing and hope it works out the same way. It's typically not what happens. Every game takes on a life of its own, so we got to look at it critically, forget the score, and say, here's some of the things we did that are successful, here's some of the things maybe we have to improve on, maybe here's some things that our opponent could have seen that they might try to exploit a little bit different. And you got to go into the game expecting you're going to get your opponent's best shot, and that's what we feel like will happen tonight. So yes, there are a lot of things that are similar. We can't change a lot this time of the year, but we'll have to play better tonight than we did at our place.
What kind of style, for those that maybe missed that first game, does Rutgers bring tonight? And are there, I know rebounding and transition defense is going to be one of the things you say, but there are some other things specific to Rutgers that you guys have to do?
I mean, really athletic team, really, really quick attacking guards. Those guys really try to get downhill, get in the paint. They put a ton of pressure on you. I think they're a really physical team. Our zone was fairly effective for a lot of the game of kind of keeping them out of the lane. Maybe that's harder here today, than it was. They put a lot of foul pressure on you. Defensively, they will play some zone, but they will press us like they did in the first game. We'll see kind of a physical man-to-man style. Could we see more switching, tonight than we saw in the first game? I would anticipate that. So, but Coach Peichel does a really good job. He's kind of been his identity of his teams, and I don't think that's going to change here tonight.
Well, let's have some fun this week, huh? Let's get one.
Let's have it. Win, survive in advance, Grim. Go Gophers, yep.
All right, there he is, the head coach of the Golden Gophers, Nico Medved, sponsored by Planet Fitness. We're in Chicago, and this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
No matter how you drive it, there's a Ford for you. On the work site or out in the town, F-Series trucks provide power and toughness when you need it most. It's what makes them the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. When adventure calls, the Bronco family always answers. That's because they're made for the great outdoors. With a flexible interior, the Ford Explorer adapts towards your needs. Visit your local Northland Ford dealers to find the perfect Ford for you. Plus, a great offer to go along with it. Based on 1977 to 2024 CY industry reported total sales.
You can guarantee yourself a Minnesota Maroon and Gold win when you sell your business with True North Mergers and Acquisitions. True North M&A is a local alumni-owned company and a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. True North M&A provides brokerage services to small businesses as well as mergers and acquisition services to companies up to $250 million in revenue. Are you thinking about selling? True North M&A helps you maximize your life's work. Visit TNMA.com for a confidential conversation. Minnesota's largest seller of companies. That's TNMA.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
To Meditating with Jan from Toyota. Soften your focus and visualize yourself off-roading in a Tacoma. Now engage your senses. What do you hear? A donkey, because you're driving the kids to a farm sanctuary in a Grand Highlander. Breathe in, breathe out, and and go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends March 31st. Toyota, let's go places.
A true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids facing unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness and disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Join us in the movement to get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org to learn more. Team Impact. All in, all together.
Welcome back to the Golden Gopher pregame show. Minnesota and Rutgers as we're ready to go for the Big Ten tournament. Wednesday night basketball in the Windy City. Time for the Scarlet Knight Scouting Report. Rutgers head coach Steve Peichel, as always, is kind enough to join us. Good to see you, Coach.
It's good to see you. Good to be here in Chicago.
Yeah, here we are, right? Fresh start for everybody, a chance for some new life, and who knows, maybe one of those two teams tonight can make some noise, right?
That's what the hope is, and you know, it's always a new season. You guys have had a great year. I tell you, your coach has done a great job in his first year, and some good players too, so we certainly have to play a lot better than we played in Minnesota.
What do you take from that game? It was a little less than 3 weeks ago, I guess 4 games in between then and now.
Yeah, I mean, we're a little bit different now. We're playing with some pretty good confidence, and our young guys have grown a lot, so I'm excited about that. But you know, again, they're an elite three-point shooting team, and we did not do a good job last time defending three-point land. And, we have to do a great job of rebounding. I think this could be a game where we can rebound with them. We didn't in the last, game. So we got to do a lot of things, to improve that outcome for sure.
You mentioned your young guys are progressing. You've got 7 freshmen on this team, and I'm sure as they're learning the ropes, now you've won 4 of 7 here. You won on Sunday. Take me through that process and progress and how you feel about that group now.
Yeah, I just think it's like anything. It's an old basketball world right now, and when you go young, with your roster, you got to, live through the ups and downs of that, which means they're just not ready, and they've learned how to be good practice players. I think that's where it starts. And Lino Mark has been playing fantastic for us. Caden Powers is good minutes. Chris, one of our freshmen, has done a really, really good job of getting better. So, they're improving, and that's a big part of this. And I'm thankful that they keep fighting, because this world we're living in right now is really crazy. And the distractions that they have and all the options that they have, sometimes get in the way of development.
Yeah, for sure. And you mentioned Mark. He hit 3 threes against the Gophers up in Minneapolis. And you look at his percentages over his career, you knew he was a good shooter. He had struggled, though, to hit the 3. He hit 3 there, and he's been on fire now the last 5 games.
Yeah, he's like a new player. He's playing really well. And he was always a good shooter. I think it's like anything. Freshmen get off to a bad start, and then they start reading the phones and all that. So it's not like you're just not performing on the court. Then you got to look at the phone for the next 4 days, and that's telling you all the things you don't want to see either. So I think he started learning, how to just make himself better and focus on the things that matter. And he's done a really good job.
You mentioned a little bit about Minnesota in general. When you watch them on film, probably not much has changed since you saw them, but give us a little bit of a scouting report on what you see when the maroon and gold guys are out there.
I mean, really connected, and that's a really, credit to coach. And this day and age, everyone plays off each other. I mean, Reynolds, the elite downhill driver. Then you got, Cade Tyson and Durkin, who just shoot the ball at the highest level, and then those other guys really fill in the pieces, and Asama, like, he's talented. So they got good size, they got really good skill sets, and they're very confident, and they're older.
Yeah. Last one for you here as you get ready. Any philosophical differences when you come into now the postseason in terms of how you treat games?
Yeah, I mean, we just finished the season, so like a new season, that's how it's 40 minutes, and our guys know, there's no tomorrow. So, it's do or die here, and you got to give it all, and you got to play your best basketball in March to keep playing.
Very good. Always great to catch up. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
All right, there he is, Steve Peichel, the head coach of Rutgers. Stay with us. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield. Gopher fans, this is Mike Grimm. As a business owner, you understand the importance of protecting your reputation, workplace, employees, and financial assets. Our team is ready to help yours by creating a custom lineup of industry-specific coverages and risk management services to help you stay at the top of your game. Contact your local Federated representative for more information. Federated Insurance. It's our business to protect yours. Proud partner of Golden Gopher Athletics.
Know what happy is? Veggies. Crunchy, crispy, colorful, seasonal, aromatic, juicy veggies. Produce at its freshest. Cub produce. Best produce, period. Guaranteed to make you happy or we'll replace it. No questions asked. Because good produce makes veggie lovers happy. Just remember, fresh, happy. Stale, limp, and wilted, not happy. You want to make a veggie lover happy? Shop Cub for produce and shop happy.
You depend on CenterPoint Energy to deliver energy for what matters most to you, your neighbors, and throughout the land of 10,000 lakes, so we can all make a better tomorrow. That's why we're investing in the latest technology to reduce emissions, offer rebates on qualifying energy-efficient natural gas equipment, and provide energy-saving programs that help save you money. Look ahead at centerpointenergy.com/futuremn.
The human heart. It doesn't take days off, or hours, minutes, or seconds for that matter. It just keeps beating in steadfast, unrelenting service to each of us. So when your heart needs medical care, doesn't it deserve the most advanced treatments available, delivered by nationally recognized physicians and surgeons? Show your heart some love. Take it to mHealth Fairview. Visit mhealthfairview.org/heartcare to learn more.
Welcome back to the Golden Gopher pregame show. Minnesota and Rutgers. The Golden Gophers are 15-16 on the year, 8-12 in the Big Ten. Rutgers 13-18 and 6-4 in the Big Ten. You can hear the Gopher Pep Band. This is one of the fun things about the Big Ten tournament. Goldie's here, the Pep Squad, or the Pep Band, and the cheerleading squad, the Spirit Squad here, and as are the Rutgers Scarlet Knight cheerleaders here as well. And in the previous game and all these games of the Big Ten tournament, you get the entire pageantry of it all. Hey, Gopher fans, if the Gophers win tonight's game, you win 6 free wings from Buffalo Wild Wings. The offer is valid all season at participating locations throughout Minnesota with a $10 minimum purchase for 2 days after each qualifying victory. Buffalo Wild Wings, a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics and the official sports bar of March Madness. And Al Nolan, here we are. It is March Madness. Not quite tournament time in terms of the NCAA, but March Madness in the Big Ten tournament. Northwestern with an upset the game before here. Minnesota, Rutgers here. What are 2 things we got to know about tonight's ball game?
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. It's great to be here. Glory. And, you know, when I first saw the bracket, I said, you know, it better pack heavy because the Gophers could go on the run. And particularly, it starts tonight with this Rutgers team that we have beat before. And I feel like the 2-3 zone really gave them trouble out of all the teams that we played in the past few games. We did a great job of keeping them out of the paint. They don't necessarily have a prolific scorer like Martinelli that they can get into the paint and get going. They have smaller guards, so we're going to look to try and keep them, outside of the paint, no penetrating drives, and just challenge all their threes. And then on the flip side on the offense, then I always talk about it, it's going to start with Asima getting the offense going, getting that ball moving around so everybody can feel it again, touches. Then you want to see Cade Tyson coming off some down screens, coming off some curls, getting himself to the elbow, doing some posting up, and eventually get that ball in Reynolds' hands to get him coming off that pick and roll, getting downhill.
How much fun was senior day with Reynolds, the way he finished that game? Dunk, layup, and you win the game.
Man, it was so much fun for the Gophers to close out a win on the senior night, and great job with Reynolds to look for him to do the same thing tonight.
Yeah, and at this point for Minnesota, every win can help. There is potential postseason. Obviously, if you win the tournament, you do something crazy. No one's ever, come from the 11th seed and won this, so we're not trying to fool anyone into thinking it's probable, but it's not impossible. It's not the percentage, not 0, but it's going to be a long shot. So short of that, the next best thing is the Crown Tournament, and Minnesota has a chance. A win tonight would certainly help them. A win tomorrow would certainly help them. So every win can extend literally these guys' college careers potentially.
Yeah, that's awesome. And they should feel confident coming into this game. Although it's on a neutral floor, they've beaten Rutgers before, and they plan, we're trending in the right direction. We're hot right now, so they should feel extremely confident going out here playing Rutgers.
And as they like to say is in the disclaimers, past results don't necessarily guarantee future results, but the three teams next up for Minnesota, Rutgers, and if you win UCLA, and if you win that, Michigan State, are three teams the Gophers have beaten in the last 6 weeks.
Yes.
So, it's 3 wins away from getting into Saturday, and then from there, you just never know. That's kind of fun. Well, let's take you through it. Sponsored by Cub. It's the Big Ten report and the bracket. So all 18 teams. Last year was the first year of the 18-team Big Ten with 18 teams when they added the West Coast clubs, but only 16 were in Indianapolis for the Big Ten tournament last year. The bottom 2 did not make it. Well, one of those bottom 2 was Nebraska, who was kind of a bubble team, and because they didn't make it, they didn't get a chance to maybe play their way into the NCAA tournament. They would not have had to have won the Big Ten tournament. A couple of wins might have gotten them in. So coaches in the offseason said, nah, we can't put our teams in that position. And so this year, consequently, all 18 are here. So 2 games last night kind of play into the play-in, and it was Maryland, the 17th seed. They jumped out big early on Oregon and then held on to beat them, the 16th seed, the final 70-60. And then last night, Northwestern, the 15th seed, took care of the 18th seed Penn State, 76-66 here on this floor. So that set up the 4 games today. There'll be 4 more tomorrow, 4 on Friday, then the semifinals Saturday and championship Sunday. Early game today, 11 a.m. it kicked off. How about Maryland? They had to play yesterday afternoon and then turn right around and play an 11 a.m. game today on what had to be tired legs. Yet they led Iowa at halftime, and then Iowa went on a 20-0 run in the second half. They end up winning big, and the Hawkeyes advance. They will play the 8th seed Ohio State Buckeyes tomorrow morning, also at 11. So it's Hawkeyes and Buckeyes tomorrow morning. And then the 12 seed Washington Huskies and the 13 seed USC Trojans, the old guard from the old Pac-12, they played. And again, USC led, the lower seed, led at halftime. Washington rallied. They win it in OT, 83-79. So Washington tomorrow in game 2 of the daytime session will take on the 5th seeded Wisconsin Badgers. And then the game that just wrapped up here on this floor, Northwestern, who won last night, they played game 1 of the evening session, and they beat the 10 seed Indiana Hoosiers 74-61. Northwestern trailed at half as well. So all 3 games today, the team that trailed at half ended up winning the game so far. Northwestern advances to play number 7 Purdue. That game will be tomorrow afternoon at 5:30. And now we're ready for this one, Minnesota and Rutgers. And, it's interesting. Indiana is now almost certainly not going to make the NCAA tournament, which we would not have thought that would have been the case even 4 weeks ago. Yeah. And now they would have the top automatic bid in that Crown tournament. I will say, though, there's some rumblings that everyone's kind of done with their year at Indiana, and you can kind of tell in the second half they look to be wanting to be done. They might decline that bid, which could be good for the Gophers, depending on the pecking order. Again, just rumblings here. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I don't think they're a cinch to say, yes, we're going to go to Vegas here in 3 weeks talking about the Hoosiers, so we shall see. And who would have thought that you and I could have been discussing this? Indiana doesn't have to worry. It's almost football season. Right. Right? The national champions.
Wow.
Yeah, right? Who thought anyone would have been saying that? But here we are. Basketball. The basketball season's over, but spring football's right around the corner for the Hoosiers.
Coach Signetti got him excited.
Kurt Signetti, exactly. So that is our Big Ten report. It is sponsored by Cub, proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Mike Griminell Nolan with you. We're about 10, 12 minutes away from tip-off here. You never really know in the Big Ten tournament because of that first game how long they'll shift it. The clock says 7 minutes, 35 seconds. There'll be some introductions and stuff after that. So 10, 12 minutes from now, we'll have tip-off. We owe you another break, and then when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups, the opening tip. It's all straight ahead. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Why do we say I'm into basketball? Because basketball's exciting, like catching a t-shirt from a cannon or feeling the pulse of a packed arena. There's the in-your-face slam dunks, the highlight reel alley-oops, and the three-point buzzer beaters. It all gets your heart pounding. Just like playing the lottery. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Gopher Athletics has over 140 years of history, but every year brings a new beginning. Through the Golden Gopher Fund, you can directly support the success of our 600 student athletes who wear the maroon and gold and boost all 22 programs to victory. As a member, you'll join a passionate community, gain access to unique benefits and experiences, and leave a lasting impact. Support the Golden Gopher Fund today by contacting the Golden Gopher Fund at ggf@umn.edu.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
Are you looking for concert or sports tickets? As a local Minnesota company, Ticket King is a company you can trust. They have seats to fit every budget and even offer parking or tailgating passes, and all tickets are guaranteed. Each order is personally attended to by one of our dedicated customer service representatives who are committed to providing you with a courteous, professional, quick, convenient experience. Visit us at ticketkingonline.com or call us directly at 612-341-4131.
Launchpad Golf brings you the Golden Gopher pregame show. Mike Grimm and Al Nolan with you. Gophers at 15-16 overall, 8-12 in the Big Ten. Opponent tonight, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. They're 13-18 overall, 6-14 in the Big Ten. These two teams played not long ago, February 21st, about 2.5 weeks ago in Minneapolis, and it was all Minnesota. They hit 15 threes and beat the Rutgers Scarlet Knights 80-61, the largest margin of victory in Big Ten play this year. But again, as you heard Nico Medved say a little earlier in the pregame show, what happened then doesn't mean that's going to happen tonight. Certainly both teams will make a few adjustments and such. Right now we owe you 10 seconds for station identification all across the great state of Minnesota and the entire upper Midwest. 10 seconds. This is the Gopher Sports Network. Minnesota and Rutgers, we're approaching starting lineup time in the opening tip time. Mike Grimm and Al Nolan with you. And Al, you've played in the Big Ten tournament in Indianapolis and in Chicago. What are some of your memories and what's going through the minds of Rutgers and Minnesota? These guys ready to lace it up here tonight.
Well, it's the obvious one. Fondest memory is Blake Hoffhofer hitting that shot against Indiana. And it's funny, I saw DJ White sitting in the stands and I was going to go introduce myself to him, but I'm sure he didn't want to hear I was the guy on the team when we guys beat you on that buzzer beater. So that's one of the fondest memories. And then also, you know, kind of going back to what you were talking about kind of looking at Indiana and feeling like, you know, some of those guys' season, they kind of, you know, already wanted to be done. It's wear and tear time. You know, you get down to this time of the season, if you're not really winning, if you don't see the NCAA tournament, you know, in your sights, and it can be a little bit tough. And even for the Gophers, you know, we got the Iron 5 with 6 counting shin holster that, you know, it's going to wear on their legs. You know, they're able to beat Rutgers today. They'll have to play another one tomorrow and another one. So they have to make sure, obviously, they come out and handle business. But it's an exciting time, and I love it being here in the United Center. You look right up there, you see Derrick Rose's retired jersey, Michael Jordan's retired jersey. I actually saw Derrick Rose and talked to him this summer, which was really nice. So
yeah,
see him up there is really cool. But to be in the United Center, this is awesome.
This is really cool. The house that Michael Jordan built. And look, it's a hockey building, too. They've got all those Stanley Cup banners up there from the Blackhawks as well. So this place, you know, took the spot of old Chicago stadium back in the day, which was really loud. I mean, you would go in there and you'd have to come out and you'd get to get a hearing aid because your hearing got knocked down. But you're right, the history of a relatively new building, you know, now it is getting a little bit up there in age, but this is the floor that Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan and, as you mentioned, Derrick Rose, who also played with the Wolves for a while, played on this, and so these guys got to get a kick out of that too, I would think.
Yeah, they have to, and the crowd was just pretty decent, and I'm sure we'll fill up. This is a nice central location for the Midwest. Everybody wants to, you know, have a reason to come to Chicago, so it should be great, and also see a couple former foes, Evan Turner down there, and Jordan Taylor obviously working for the Big Ten. So it's a great atmosphere.
Yeah. 2009 is the only time the Gophers have advanced all the way to the championship game. Ohio State. Speaking of Evan Turner, I think he was on that team, and that was a great run, a little bit unexpected, and the Gophers kind of went through that like nothing to lose. And I think this team this year also can kind of play the nothing to lose card. Like, what do they got to lose? Let's go out and see what happens when the ball goes in the air.
Yeah, they definitely do that. And like you talk about the way the bracket's set up, you know, psychologically they had to look and say, hey, we beat every single team that we may see in these next 3 games, so we should feel extremely good. It's just the thing about it is the wear and tear of playing in the tournament, and those guys only really going 5 to 6 deep all year long. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out.
One thing you have mentioned in the past is in these NBA gyms, the rim usually is a little tighter, and it sometimes, now Northwestern in the second half hit some threes and did some things, but sometimes that can wear on a guy's mindset, right? If you're a shooter, you think the ball's going down and it rattles out, or the ball bounces high off the rim, and so there is a little bit of that with these NBA venues.
Yeah, it definitely can, and you know, we shot 15 for 26 on the three-point line against Rutgers. We were extremely hot last game, so hopefully they can keep that up. But Durkin's been shooting the ball really well, as well as Cade Tyson. They're both shooting over 40%, and Rutgers has nobody on their team shooting over 40, so we do have the advantage there.
Very well. We're just about ready here for the starting lineups and the opening tip. We've got college basketball tonight here in the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. Minnesota and Rutgers. Stay with us. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Gopher fans, Mystic Mayhem is back. In partnership with Mystic Lake, it's your chance to score prizes. Now through March 15th, enter round 3 for the chance to win a Gopher Gear prize pack or 4 tickets to the 2026 Gopher Football Home Opener. You could also win Mystic Lake show tickets to see Air Supply or Joe D. Messina. Enter all 4 rounds of Mystic Mayhem for your chance to win 2026 Gopher Football season tickets. Visit mysticlake.com/mayhem to enter now. Must be at least 18. Mystic Mayhem. Score golden prizes.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Hey, it's Hockey. You know, I'm always out running around, so anything that saves me time and money, that's a win. So check this out. Members Car Wash and Fuel is giving away free memberships until April 1st. That means unlimited premium car washes and club price top-tier fuel, all in one place. And their spot in Plymouth is awesome. The car wash is top-notch, and the fuel savings can hit around 40 cents a gallon. Sounds awesome, right? Well, don't wait. Only the first 5,000 people get that free deal. Just go to memberscarwashandfuel.com right now to get your free membership before they're gone.
Here it comes. Surprise! There's an avocado shortage! Now half your food truck menu is costing more than it's making you! Also, you're out of napkins!
Those aren't cheap! Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise, saving 13% on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, an ice cream truck stole your parking spot! Looks like you're in a turf war!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
This has been the Launchpad Golf pregame show on the Gophers Sports Network from Learfield. Now, turn it up. It's game time.
Going right, takes it right into the paint. Up, yes, and a foul. Anderson layup for the lead. No! The throwdown dunk, and the Gophers have the lead.
Gopher basketball is brought to you by Minnesota Lottery. If you're game for a little excitement, just say, I'm in. Now, here's the voice of the Gophers, Mike Grimm.
We're ready to roll here. Final game fourth of 4 here at the United Center, Minnesota and Rutgers. It's time for the starting lineup, brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealer. Visit buyfordnow.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today. Gophers go with their usual group: Osama, Reynolds, Grove, Durkin, and Tyson. Head coach Nico Medved, Minnesota 15-16. Scarlet Knights have changed their starting lineup up a little bit since they played in Minneapolis back on February 21st. Steve Peichel in year 10, 161 and 157 in Piscataway. 21 years as a head coach, 352 and 314. They will go with Tariq Francis, Limo Mark, also Darren Buchanan, Dylan Grant, and Emmanuel Obole. And that is the group. Lino Mark, remember, he was 2 for 25 in the first 26 games of the year, and then went 3 for 3 against the Gophers, and he's been red hot since. 6 of 10 in 5 games since he's in the starting lineup and ready to go for the Scarlet Knights. So maybe that's a guy the Gophers will need to keep an eye on from a identified three-point shootout. Andy O'Brien, Jeffrey Anderson, and Randy Richardson, the officials. The tap controlled by Rutgers, and we're underway. And as anticipated, a zone defense here for Rutgers. They get it right on the block and a slam dunk. You think they scouted the zone? I don't know when they get the dunk on the opening possession.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that they do have an advantage now, is that they've already seen the zone. They've been able to scout it. They practice against it. And right there, they're able to get easy to it.
Durkin gives against a man-to-man to Grove. Back to Durkin. Ball fake. Passes into the corner to Tyson. Now to Reynolds with 15 to shoot. 2-0 Rutgers. Now to Grove. Got bumped. Nothing there. Has a dribble if he needs it. Instead gives on the right wing to Osama. Drives into the paint. Floating 14-footer all net. Isaac Osama ties the game 2-2.
Yeah, and great job right there coming off that handoff from Grove and working his way down the lane. He's really been working that floater the past few games, Isaac Osama, that is.
Mark gives out front for Grant. They work the perimeter, right side to Francis. He's the leading scorer on this team. Now to Mark. Wants to drive against the zone. May have gotten away with an extra step. Bouncing now to Grant. He takes some contact at the elbow and gives back out right. With the ball, Francis with 6 to shoot. Here's Grant to 3. It's off the mark, and the rebound, and a foul on the deck called on Reynolds or Tyson trying to get the rebound. And it looks like it's Reynolds, his first, team's first. It'll stay on this end with an inbound underneath. Obole towers over everybody at 6'10", and he's a grown man.
Yeah, he's big out there.
You know, at the barn, you don't really get a sense from where we sit. You sit courtside now, and that dude, I wouldn't want to challenge him in an arm wrestling match.
At all.
Here's a quick pass into the corner. Lino Marks, a 3 in the air, way short, and Reynolds skies in for the rebound, and the Gophers have a chance to grab the lead in a 2-2 game. Into the offensive end is Reynolds. He gives to Tyson. Lob down low. Grove, layup, good. Nice movement there. Assist to Tyson, and it's 4-2 Minnesota.
Yeah, great find right there by Tyson to get the young fellow Grove going. However, in that last possession I was talking about, the Gophers want to make sure that they keep these guys in front of them. They don't want them to get in the lane, so they have to start scrambling.
Grant on the left wing gives out front. With the ball, Buchanan. Bouncing now to Francis. Leaves him open. He'll take the 3 and hit it. Francis is a good three-point shooter at 35%. And Rutgers out front, 5-4. 2 minutes into the contest. Here's Durkin, top of the key, gives right side to Tyson. Now out front, Grove. Reynolds out front, Tyson comes off of a Grove screen, trying to get right. They double him. Now back to Tyson after a pass to Durkin. Durkin, whose hometown's 24 miles from right here. Here's Tyson, got his man in the air. Step back 3 over the taller player, no. And the rebound comes strong side off to Buchanan for Rutgers. He'll outlet to Francis and get into the offensive end. And now to Mark on the left wing. Rutgers to start is 1 for 3 from 3. Zone for Minnesota to Grant. Reversing now to Mark in front of us. Lino Mark is back to the right wing. Francis, lob down low. Buchanan doubled. They find the big man, Obole. He's got 2 dunks, and the lead is 7-4.
Yeah, one of the things the Gophers are going to want to do, they're going to have to figure it out. Either we're going to stop them from shooting threes, or we're going to stop them from being in the paint. And I'm sure Coach Medved doesn't want all those paint touches and easy baskets.
On the wing right, this is Osama for Minnesota. It's a 5-0 Rutgers run. Durkin gives to Reynolds, gets downhill around his man low, and he missed the layup, and the rebound comes off to Francis for Rutgers. Took it right to the rim. Good sign was he had an open look. Bad sign was he was too hard off the glass. Hard when you're flying in full steam like that to try to create a soft touch. Buchanan outside the stripe. Again, a lob down low. A Obole shot is good. Could have been an and one, no foul, and Obole has 6 points, 2 dunks and a 1-foot shot, and it's 9-4, Rutgers by 5.
Okay, I talked about them not having a prolific scorer down low. However, they're looking to go to Obole. He's posting up every time in front of the basket, and they're looking to get it to him. They did not do that this first meeting against the Gophers.
Here's Tyson on a reverse layup on a beautiful drive. His first bucket of the night. That ends the run, and it's 9-6, Rutgers by 3.
K. Tyson called Obole on him, was like, hey, I'm going right by him, and used the rim to protect himself, so Obole couldn't block the shot.
4 minutes into the game, Rutgers with the early 9-6 lead. Buchanan to Mark, back out front Buchanan. Zone for Minnesota again, now to Francis. Francis a couple of dribbles and gives right side to Mark. Back to Francis. Ball fake, goes around Awesome and now steps back. His shot too strong. Deep rebound comes out to Reynolds, and he wants to run a 3-on-3. Reynolds now motors to the left. Good look down low to Grove. Shot good through some contact. Grove with 4, and it's a 1-point game. Rutgers leading 9-8.
And that's one of the things the Gophers will be able to count on. If Rutgers is shooting a lot of jumpers, it'll be long rebounds, and the guards can get it and go. And a great job right there by Reynolds to get it and go, and Grove ran that floor really well as well.
Buchanan throws up an air bank. Offensive rebound, Grant put back good. Tough break there for Minnesota, and it's 11-8 Rutgers. 15-10 to play in the first half here. Reynolds will walk it up now, and he'll give off for Osama to Durkin. Durkin has not taken a shot attempt. Grove has 4 points, gives now for Tyson top of the key. Here's Durkin lobbing down low to Grove through his hands, and he bounced it. A good job as he bounced it off of Mark. It'll stay Minnesota ball with 11 to shoot, and our first official timeout on the floor. Minnesota trailing here 11-8. They'll have an inbound underneath when we come back. Gopher fans, turn to the experts at CenterPoint Energy for high-efficiency natural gas equipment rebates for your home and business. See why using natural gas is better for your budget and for the environment. For more info, go to centerpointenergy.com/save energy. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
No matter how you drive it, there's a Ford for you. On the work site or out in the town, F-Series trucks provide power and toughness when you need it most. It's what makes them the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. When adventure calls, the Bronco family always answers. That's because they're made for the great outdoors. With a flexible interior, the Ford Explorer adapts towards your needs. Visit your local Northland Ford dealers to find the perfect Ford for you. Plus, a great offer to go along with it. Based on 1977 to 2024 CY Industry reported total sales.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
Hey Gopher fans, TrueStone Financial is proud to present Coming Home. This year we'll once again welcome some of the greatest Gopher student athletes back to campus. It's the homecoming we can all celebrate thanks to your neighborhood credit union, TrueStone Financial. From unforgettable plays to championship victories, these alumni have left an indelible mark on Gopher athletics. To learn more, visit gophersports.com/cominghome. TrueStone Financial, proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
Welcome back to Chicago, Illinois. Glad you're with us. Mike Grimm and Al Nolan with you. 14:53 to play first half. The Gophers trail the Rutgers Scarlet Knights early here, 11-8. Al Nolan, your thoughts here on this first 5 minutes and 7 seconds.
Well, you mentioned it. Rutgers knows that they're playing zone this time out, and they've definitely been working on it. They're going to bowl it down low every single time and looking for him, and he's been able to finish. And he almost actually had a and one that they kind of let get away. So the Gophers are going to have to figure out a way to be a little more chaotic in the zone, using their hands, being active, maybe getting some deflection, and then on offensive end, just kind of continue to do what they do. I know in the first 4 minutes, it's all about getting that ball moving, getting the passes going. Langston Reynolds did have a nice drive. However, he did come up a little bit hard, but so far, so good.
Decent crowd for a Wednesday night in Chicago. A few folks way up in what I would call the upper deck. It's really a third deck. There's a mezzanine section here as well. And then the lower bowl is filled in. A lot of Hoosier fans here in the game right before us. They have left, and What is left are a few holdover Northwestern fans, it looks like, and then a pretty good contingent of maroon and gold on that sideline across from us.
Yeah, the Gold Country came out.
Inbound for Minnesota now with 10 to shoot. Quick pass down low and a foul on Buchanan. Is a good job Grove trying to feed Tyson posting up. Good news is it'll put a fresh 20 on the shot clock and an inbound. First foul on Rutgers. Each team with just one foul through the first 5+ minutes. Inbound man will be Reynolds. Lobs in for Grove. Similar looking play. This time gives to Tyson, who's outside the three-point stripe. Left-hand pass to Osama. He had the first bucket of the night for the Gophers. Now to Reynolds. Behind the back dribble. Hit his foot. And now into the corner. Here's Osama. Line drive. Three's good. Big bucket. And we're tied at 11.
Yeah, and that was created by the drive by Reynolds. He was able to drive and draw Osama's defender and found him in the corner for the nice three.
Under 14.5 to go first half. Deadlocked 11-11. Gophers in that zone. They get it to the free throw line, does Rutgers. Francis, a fadeaway 13-footer from just left of the elbow. He's got 5 as he knocks it down, and it's a 13-11 Rutgers advantage.
Yeah, and you can tell Francis has really come out and real focus on this game. He didn't have really a good game in the barn, and he's pretty much their go-to guy at that guard position.
Here's Reynolds, just drives in and carelessly lost the ball in traffic, and Grove had to dive in with Francis. So it'll be alternating possession, stays Minnesota ball.
And you asked about, playing in the tournament. One of the things is the new basketballs, you switch basketballs, they're playing with a Wilson. The Gophers are used to playing Nike, and trust me, ladies and gentlemen, it does have, there is something that comes with it. It is an advantage if you're playing with the Wilson, and you got to switch it up for the other team.
People underestimate the feel of the ball coming off your fingers, and sometimes it feels heavier than it, even though it technically isn't. It can feel that way.
It's different texture and all that. It's a different type of basketball.
Osama drives in, got to the rim, missed the shot, but drew the foul. Buchanan now with his second. He's got the only 2 Rutgers fouls, and Osama at 77%. He's got 5 points tonight. He'll go to the line to try to tie this game.
I do like the Gophers' aggression so far on offense, though. They've been making it a point to try to get into the paint. They've tied with Rutgers right now for 8 points in the paint. Tyson was able to get there. Osama as well as Grove.
Free throw by Osama is all net. He's up to 6. That's the most on the floor for either team, along with Abole, who has 6. Jermichael Davis, who has 22 starts for Rutgers out of Chattanooga, a junior, the team captain on this team. He checks into the game, and Buchanan with those 2 fouls will go out. Osama to try to tie the game. Free throw in the air, all net again. And now he has 7 points, and Minnesota and Rutgers are tied at a baker's dozen each.
You got a Shinholster sighting, so I was talking about those active hands and that energy, and usually he brings that for the Gophers off the bench. He's extremely athletic young fella, so look for him to get some deflections and kind of pick this energy up for the Gophers.
He's the first sub off to the bench, brought to you by the Minnesota Lottery. Ready to get in the game? Just say I'm in. Guy Shinholster says he's in, and there you go. Active hands intercepts a pass intended for the guy on the wing, and he stepped in front and picked it off. Gophers with a chance to lead here as Tyson bounces to Grove out front. Left side Shinholster, the freshman out of New Jersey, playing against his home state Scarlet Knights. Grove goes up from the paint, missed the shot, through some contact, no foul, and quickly Rutgers streaming the other way. With the ball is Caden Powers, a freshman. Now to Francis. Another new body in there is Badalo. He's out of Romania. And he has not played. He did not play the last 2 games, but got in early here. Here's a pass, and Shinholster got another steal. Then he hit the deck and another tie ball. And this time the possession arrow favors Rutgers. But boy, Shinholster, you mentioned the active hands and the energy off the bench. 2 defensive possessions and 1 turnover and 1 tie ball.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. For the Gophers are moving around right now. Rutgers is not settling for threes. They're making it an emphasis to try to get themselves in the paint, penetrating drives, kickouts. So he did a great job right there, having active hands, getting the deflection.
13-13 the score. Inbound man is Davis. He lobs way out front, and it goes to Francis near half court. 15 to shoot with 13 minutes to go. Out front, this is Davis to Francis, back to Davis. Right wing Powers, now Davis. Francis left wing. Ball fake, Durkin cuts him off. Now out front, straight on 3 from Davis is good. He's 35%, knocks it down, and it's 16-13 Scarlet Knights. And tonight they are 2 for 4 from 3. Minnesota has 1 3. That is from Osama. Shinholster with a left-hand dribble, picks up the dribble, needs some help, and gives to Grove. Grove pivots and gives to Osama, left wing outside the stripe. Here's Durkin on a cut, into the paint, spinning, kick out Tyson. He wants to drive, and he traveled as he lost his footing, and a turnover on Minnesota. I've watched 3 3.5 of the games. I got here at halftime of game 1. There has been some sliding on this floor, and I don't know if because there's ice under it, maybe there's some, at times, some condensation or something. Yeah. I do know this, that the guys that are wiping the floor during the timeouts, they come out, they're wiping a whole bunch of areas, and I'm not trying to blame that on that situation, but there has been some footing issues on this floor today, I can tell you that. Here's a ball that bounces off the hands of Mark. He gets it, and Rutgers has a 3-point lead in the ball. Into the corner. This is their new man, Dondolo, and gives out for Davis. Now to Mark into the paint. He got nudged in a foul, and the Gophers look at each other like, who was that on? And we'll see who Andy O'Brien called it on. It looks like Isaac Osama is going to be the guilty party. So that brings us to our under 12-minute timeout. 11:58 to go here in the first half. Rutgers will have the ball. They have a 3-point lead when we come back. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Know what the happiest bird is? Chicken. Cub fried chicken. Wait, let me rephrase that. Know what bird makes people happiest? Cub fried chicken. Crispy, crunchy, juicy, perfectly seasoned. It's the kind of chicken that disappears faster than you can say, 8-piece, please. Or, let's be real, maybe 12-piece. Because when it comes to fried chicken, more just means more happy. So if you're shopping chicken, shop Cub fried chicken and shop happy.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Marsden is a full-service building maintenance provider servicing Gopher Nation since 1952. Marsden has job openings throughout the Twin Cities area and is seeking motivated team members to join our crew. If you have a valid Minnesota driver's license and a reliable vehicle, we want you. Earn over $15 an hour working a full-time cleaning route in your neighborhood. Marsden offers benefits and training and is an equal opportunity employer. If you want a great job with great pay, join our ever-expanding team of building maintenance professionals by visiting marsden.com or call 651-641-1717.
Are you looking for concert or sports tickets? As a local Minnesota company, Ticket King is a company you can trust. They have seats to fit every budget and even offer parking or tailgating passes, and all tickets are guaranteed. Each order is personally attended to by one of our dedicated customer service representatives who are committed to providing you with a courteous, professional, quick, convenient experience. Visit us at ticketkingonline.com or call us directly at 612-341-4131.
From jerseys to hats and more fan favorites, find everything you need to gear up for game day at Kohl's and Kohls.com. 11:58 to play here in this first half. Rutgers will have the ball coming out of the timeout, a fresh 20 on the shot clock, and they have the lead 16-13. Minnesota 63%, 5 of 8 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and 7 of 11 for Rutgers, 64%. They are 7 of 11 from the floor, including a couple of threes. Minnesota with 1 3, and pretty clean on offense for both teams here.
Yeah, definitely. And the Rutgers team, like I talked about, they've been mixing it up, but they've really made an emphasis of really attacking, you know, just 2-3 off the dribble or throwing it down low. And then also on the other end, you know, you see they're sticking to Bobby Durkin like glue. They're on Cade Tyson like glue. So hopefully those guys can figure out a way to come off a pick and roll and, you know, get a little bit of glimmer of hope to get some shots up at the basket.
So the Golden Gophers wearing their normal home whites because they're the better seeded team tonight with the maroon and the gold trim. Rutgers, their road scarlet with white and black trim. Their school colors scarlet and black. Out of the timeout, the Gophers go back to the starting group. Nope, Shinholster stays in, so Durkin going to get a breather. Mark Zerno is now in for the first time. Botolo is in as well, and Abole back into the game for the Scarlet Knights. Inbound way out front for Davis. Gives to Mark and now to Zerno. Back to Davis on the right wing. Waits for a screen and passes left. And on the drive is Mark. The LA native gives into the corner. Botolo a 3. That's no good. And Tyson up high for the rebound. A quick outlet to Osama, who now will shovel ahead to Reynolds. And Langston, the Denver, Colorado product, almost runs into the ref. Gets a tap on the rear end, and now he just walks it up. He's got it on the left wing with 15 to shoot. Gophers down 3. Reynolds gets into the paint. A hesitation move. Good feed to Grove. Layup. Good. Grove with 6. He had 11 the first meeting against this group, and then the Gophers have cut it to 1.
And that was that play I talked about with the double screen. Grove starting at the first and K. Tyson at the second. K. Tyson gave him a good screen, slipped up. Grove rolled to the basket, and Reynolds was able to find him.
Mark, or Davis, that is, has it on the left wing. Had a notion to shoot, doesn't. He's outside the stripe, and now gives to Mark. In the corner left for Zerno, and a turnover. As was the out of bounds, or did they call traveling there? It looked like maybe he stepped on the sideline, and that is a turnover. Not only helping the Gophers, but also helps the community. Federated Mutual Insurance Company donates $50 every time the Gophers force a turnover. That money goes to big brothers, big sisters all season. At Federated Insurance, it's our business to protect yours. Durkin back in, and now Osama gets a breather, so Shinholster stays in the game, and he has had an impact on defense here early in his time on the floor tonight. Durkin gives to Reynolds. Reynolds wanting to turn the corner. Cut off by Mark. Gives to Grove out front. Left wing for Tyson. Back to Reynolds. Shovels to Tyson underhand. Now to Grove right of the arc. 12 to shoot. Left wing. Reynolds. Pass along the baseline left to Tyson. Back to the basket. He's got a mismatch. They double him and they steal it from behind. Good job by Zerno to ambush him and get the steal. Picked his pocket. Out front. Rutgers the other way. Here's Mark into the paint. The freshman had a shot blocked. That was Shinholster again blocking the shot, and here come the Gophers down by 1. A chance to take the lead. Durkin gives to Shinholster. Corner 3, short. That would have been for the lead, and the rebound comes off to Davis for Rutgers. That block shot by Shinholster, by the way. Blocking hunger presented by Thrivent. Every time the Gophers block a shot, Thrivent donates $25 to Second Harvest Heartland. Zerno, ball deflected by Shinholster. Those active hands, but it gets to Davis, and they'll reshuffle. Now to Bartolo. He puts it on the floor. Shinholster poked it away, and a turnover again. Kai Shinholster earning extra minutes here tonight with his play on this end of the floor. Minnesota to Durkin. A 3 for the lead is all net. Bobby Durkin knocks it down, and the Gophers have an 18-16 advantage.
Yeah, great job right there by Shinholster to get the steal, and also Reynolds to find Durkin. He saw the basket, he let it go, and obviously he's going to knock it down.
Bartolo gives down low to Abole. His shot well short. Hit the backboard, no rim. Tyson the rebound. Reynolds wants to run. Fires ahead to Durkin. In rhythm, 3 left wing. Short. Rebound tipped, and it comes off to Abole. Boy, Tyson, or make that Grove, was fighting for the rebound, but Abole's just a little too tall, and the arms are just an inch or two longer. So haul it in. Left side for Bartolo. Back out front to Mark. Out of L.A., freshman goes all the way across the country to play college hoops. 10 to shoot for the Scarlet Knights. They trail by 2. 9 minutes to play in the half. Here's Mark. His 3 in the air for the lead. Ooh, bad miss. Hit the backboard under the rim. And the rebound to Durkin for Minnesota. Shinholster finds it trailing Reynolds. He takes it right at the rim and came up short on the layup. Nico screaming for the foul. Nothing there. Mark the other way into the paint. Shot up. No. Rebound Grove. Boy, they're letting them play. There's bodies getting hit on layup attempts on both ends, and Minnesota, after all that, comes away with the basketball.
Yeah, I do like Reynolds pushing the pace. When he gets the ball, he's going to have to continue to do that.
Yeah, if he can steal a bucket or two. Here's Durkin on the drive. Missed the layup. Grove the putback miss. Rebound tipped by Bartolo to Durkin. Out of bounds on Bartolo, and it'll be, or did they call a foul here? What did they call? They called a foul on Durkin. Huh.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a tough call. Looks like kind of incidental contact. Oh, he gave him a little shove with the forearm.
He was headed out of bounds. That's why the call might be a little tough. But you see what Andy O'Brien saw there. There was contact, and the guy was sailing out of bounds.
Yeah, he gave him a little extra chicken wing. Yeah.
So it's a 1-point, 2-point Minnesota lead, 18-16. Rutgers with the ball. Davis to Francis. Out front, Grant. Powers in there. And Abole. Here's Davis on the wing left. Free throw line extended. Out front, Grant. They find a man at the elbow, Francis. He's working on Grove against the zone. Step back, 16-footer from straight on. Rims out. Rebound back tap by Abole. And Rutgers gets the offensive board and a second crack at it. Francis out front to Davis. Gophers by 2. 7:50 to play first half. We're in Chicago. Glad you're with us. And another deflection and another turnover. Shinholster again in the middle of it. Reynolds fires a low pass to Durkin, who scoops it up like a shortstop and gives right back to Reynolds. Now to Grove out front with 20 to shoot. Lob down low, too tall, off the fingertips of Tyson. Turnover, Minnesota. And we have another media timeout, and we'll take the break. Minnesota by 2, 18-16, 7:36 to go in this first half. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Attention ranch dip lovers, your source for flavor has now arrived with Prairie Farms' new classic ranch dip. It starts with our award-winning sour cream blended with garlic, onion, parsley, and buttermilk to make a superior ranch dip that your taste buds will savor. Look for them at your favorite grocery stores and then visit prairiefarms.com for delicious recipes, coupons, and enter for your chance to win a dairy prize package. Support local dairy farmers with the delicious taste of Prairie Farms Classic Ranch Dip.
A true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids facing unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness and disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Join us in the movement to get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org to learn more. Team Impact. All in, all together.
When your home needs a hero, count on Hero Home Services to keep you safe and comfortable every season. Serving the Twin Cities for over 100 years, our team handles it all, from heating and cooling to plumbing and electrical. Whether you need a repair or maintenance, Hero is committed to providing exceptional home service. No shortcuts, just service backed by experience and ready when you need us most. Call Hero Home Services today at 612-238-3585.
Live from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball.
7:36 to play. Welcome back here to Chicago. Mike Grimm and Al Nolan with you. Bill Carambellis is our on-site engineer, and Cale Rollins is our Gopher Sports Network producer. We mentioned pretty efficient first, 5.5 to 6 minutes, and then they've hit a cold spell. Rutgers with 5 turnovers in the last 6:40. They've not scored in now 5 minutes. Minnesota's 0 for its last 4. They haven't scored in 2+ minutes. Good news is Maroon and Gold's out front by 2.
Yeah, and it looks like they've kind of settled into that defense, and Rutgers is having a little bit more trouble, and they've been doing a great job of collapsing on Obole when he does get that ball down low. You see 3 or 4 players swiping at the basketball. But also, like you said, there have been a couple of missed opportunities by the Gophers. I do like Langston Reynolds getting that ball and pushing the pace. He's been, clapping his hands. If he doesn't get the rebound, to get the outlet and get going and try to get some easy buckets. You like to see him find Durkin in transition. That's what they're going to want to continue to do. Possibly get Cade Tyson going the same way in transition. Find him running where it's a broken floor and he can try to weave and get his way to the basket.
Gophers now back with the starting group as Asama comes back into the game. Minnesota on defense, up by 2, 7.5 to play in this first half. Caden Powers out front, left side to JaMychal Davis. He'll give right to Francis, nearly lost the ball but tracks it back down. Gives to Davis on the wing left in front of us. We're courtside opposite the Gopher bench. Here's Davis on the wing left to Francis out front against the zone. 8 to shoot. Lob to the free throw line to Grant. Pivots, gives out to Francis. Long 3 left side, good. They've got 3 threes. He's got 2 of them. He's got 8 points, and Rutgers back out front by 1, 19-18.
Yeah, and anytime Rutgers gets that ball to the free throw line, the Gophers kind of go into man-to-man and spread. So the guards at the top are going to have to make sure that they fan out and find a man.
Durkin was hunting a 3 there, but he could not get it away. And there's a hold by Grant as Durkin hunting the 3, then reversed the ball to Reynolds. And as he went to make the cut, he was grabbed by the elbow by Grant and held up. You can see that. His first and team's third. It'll be 20 on the shot clock with under 7 to go now in the half. Tyson to inbound. Minnesota down 1. Rutgers in this game, by the way, a 4.5-point underdog. So this wasn't expected to be a blowout, and it's a nip and tucker right now. Here's Reynolds out front with 8 to shoot. Gives to Awesome and now to Grove. Grove waits, ball fake, fires right. Durkin, open 3 from the right wing. Oh, in and out. There's those NBA rims that we talked about, and the rebound to Rutgers. Francis has it on the wing left. Back out front, top of the key for Davis. JaMychal Davis out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. His 3rd year with Rutgers. One of the few guys, right? You're 3 years at the same program. Right. Here's Francis, a corners 3. That one's off the mark, and Durkin gets up for the rebound. Gophers down by 1. Here comes Reynolds on the wing left. Right-hand dribble, directing some traffic. He waves off Grove and now passes to Grove, who waits. He gets one dribble and finds Tyson on the dunk. What a play by Grove, and Minnesota has a 1-point lead, 20-19.
Yeah, great cut right there by Tyson, a great pass by Grove, and Tyson went up, cocked it back, and dunked it with 2 hands. Hopefully that can get him going.
10 dunks on the year now for Tyson. Way out front, Francis, make that Davis out front. Now to Francis on the wing right. Davis again out front against the zone. Bounces to Grant outside the three-point stripe. 8 to shoot, lob down low. Ebola up with a shot, good. He's got 8 points. That was about a 4-footer. And Rutgers out front, 21-20. 5:20 to play. We're in the first. Reynolds into the offensive end for Osama. Now to Durkin. Durkin on the night is 1 for 3 from 3, but both misses were near misses. Tyson to Durkin. Durkin waits, one dribble, and now to Reynolds. 10 to shoot for Minnesota. Reynolds gives to Grove. Grove, hand off for Durkin. Wants to free himself up, does. A 3 from straight on is good. Bobby Durkin. Boy, you can just see the confidence, and now Nico's going to strategically use his timeout here with 4:55 to go in the half. Minnesota up 2, 23-21, and this back and forth contest, and with 4:55 to play, Nico talked about it a little on the coaches show that one each half. You know, you get timeouts, and he said you got to use them. In the first half, you have the one that you don't get to carry over, so you might as well use it at some point. Lots of coaches use it late, but what he's done is at certain times where he feels, I've got 6 guys that they need a breather, and so I'm guessing that's what he saw here.
Yeah, absolutely. And on that offensive possession, great two-man game right there by Durkin and Grove. First of all, Grove handed it off to him. He came off the handoff at first, threw it back to Grove. Then they set another screen. He was able to find himself open for the 3 with the shot clock running down.
The other thing here, back to the timeout, is there'll be a full timeout coming up at the under 4-minute first stoppage of play. So in about a minute or so, there'll be another break. So you almost double up on it to let those guys really catch their breath here, too.
Yeah, that's great strategy right there by Coach Medved. He knows his players. He knows what type of season they've been through. He's working with the Iron 6.
Yeah. And don't you think, in talking to people when you go out in public, and you're a former Gopher working on the radio now, I'm sure people talk to you about the Gophers. People have really loved this team, the way they're fighting through what they've been fighting through. 6 guys playing.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, people have been talking about it all the time, so they've really had a buzz around the town of how good they've been able to do with all the injuries.
Season tickets for next year right now for this year's price, if you go to gophersports.com. Powers missed the 3 for Rutgers, and Minnesota the rebound. 23-21, Gophers out front with the ball. 4:30 to play in this first half. Tyson, who has 4 points tonight, gives to Osama to the elbow. Another back cut. Tyson and a layup. Beautiful. Tyson now with 6. The lead is up to 4. 25-21. Largest lead of the night for the Golden Gophers.
Good setup right there by Osama, driving to the basket and spin and turn and looked at Tyson like he was going to hit him for the 3-point shot, and Tyson right back door, like you said, for the easy layup.
Buchanan gives to Francis. Open 3, good. His 3rd 3 of the half. He's in double figures with 11, and the lead just like that back to 1, 25-24. 3:55 to play in the first half. Rutgers 4 of 9 from 3 here. Another back cut. Durkin a layup, missed it, but drew the foul. He'll go to the line. He was hoping to draw a 3-point play opportunity. He's holding his finger a little bit, but he is a 89% free throw shooter. He'll have 2 free throws when we come back. Stay with us. Gophers up 1, 2 free throws coming. 3:51 to play in the half. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Why do we say I'm into basketball? Because basketball's exciting, like catching a t-shirt from a cannon or feeling the pulse of a packed arena. There's the in-your-face slam dunks, the highlight reel alley-oops, and the 3-point buzzer beaters. It all gets your heart pounding. Just like playing the lottery. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
Buffalo Wild Wings has partnered with the Gopher men's basketball team for the Gophers Win You Win promotion this season. After every Gopher men's basketball victory, fans win 6 free wings. The offer is valid at participating Buffalo Wild Wings locations throughout Minnesota with a $10 minimum purchase for 2 days following each Gopher win. Fans are also invited to join the Nico Medved Coaches Show on Tuesdays from 12 to 1 at the Buffalo Wild Wings University of Minnesota location. For full details, visit gophersports.com/BWW. Buffalo Wild Wings is a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics and the official sports bar of March Madness.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
.351 to go here in the first half. We're at the United Center in Chicago. Minnesota with a 1-point lead, 25-24. Bobby Durkin, an 89% foul shooter, will have 2 free throws coming out of the break. The Celeste St. Paul Hotel and Bar is a faithfully restored former convent in the heart of the city. Relax in your room or cloister in the bar and always enjoy complimentary breakfast. It's a hotel devoted to you like none other. Go to CelesteSt.Paul.com to book your stay. And don't forget, for Gopher games and other U of M events, the Celeste is a simple green line train to campus. Durkin on the year, 32 of 36 from the foul line. And he'll have a chance to build on a lead.
Yeah, now that he's knocked down a couple threes, Rutgers cannot go under the screen, so they had to go over, and he was able to cut around Grayson Grove, and he gets 1 or 2 of those a game, cutting to the basket.
Free throw is all net for Bobby Durkin, up to 7 points. Bobby Durkin in the last 11 games plus tonight, where he's 2 for 4 from 3. He is now 44 for 87, 51.5% from 3 over 11 plus games as he hit them both from the free throw line, up to 8 points. 27-24. That's a nice stretch of shooting.
Yeah, Bobby Buckets has picked it up. He's been balling.
Bobby Buckets. Every make is another $1 for the revenue share.
There we go.
Right? That's why he's got that big smile. You start making buckets, your value goes up, no doubt. Here's Grant, gives on the right wing for Davis. 7 to shoot for Rutgers. Now 5 to shoot. Francis, ball fake on Durkin, trying to stay with him. Takes it to the baseline, does Francis, throws up a shot. Oh, and he got it to go. Boy, defended pretty well. About a 12-footer baseline left fadeaway. 27-26 Minnesota. Durkin, I think, defended that about as well as you could.
Yeah, just a tough shot right there by Francis.
Minnesota with the ball. We approach the 3-minute mark first half, and now a zone by Rutgers. They're going to throw Minnesota's own medicine at him. Asama funnels for Reynolds. Reynolds back to Isaac out front. Between the leg dribble with 10 to shoot. Now to Reynolds against the zone with 7. Now to Grove. And the ball deflected. And what is it? A moving screen on Grove? Yes, a moving screen on Grove. That'll be his first foul.
He was anticipating Reynolds to cut off and get the handoff right away. So he kind of threw it and moved as he was tossing the ball. So good call right there by the ref.
Gophers up by 1, 27-26. 2:45 to play in the half. The first 3 games, the team that trailed at half came back to win all 3. Pass in for Francis toward the paint. He'll kick it out left. 3 by Zerno, off the mark. Rebound tipped once, twice, still loose. That's off of Rutgers. That was Dortch, who has not played the last 2 games. He's getting a little time right now. He last hit it. Little full court press here by Rutgers, so the Gophers will change who the inbound man is. It'll be Reynolds. Gophers will not be able to run the baseline. 2:33 to play in this half. And Reynolds needs to find somebody. Lobs it in for Tyson, and it's deflected away off of Rutgers. It stays Minnesota ball. That was not the most comfortable looking inbound right there.
Yeah, one of the things you don't want to do is catch it in this strong corner right there. So they're trying to get that ball to Tyson, probably running down the middle.
Reynolds went on a fly pattern. Durkin's got to find somebody, and he does for Tyson. Tyson now is going to use the dribble himself against Davis. Gophers are going to have to hustle to get over half court. Asama brings it up, and they do clear. 2:20 to go in this half. Minnesota by 1 with the ball. Man defense now by Rutgers. Grove gives to Reynolds. Jab step, has a dribble, uses it, working on Mark. Into the paint, layup, short. Oh, lots of contact. Nico throws his hands up, wants to know where the foul is. Nothing there. Rutgers the other way. Francis takes it on the wing right. Now works out front. Not a lot of fouls called. Minnesota has been called for 4. Rutgers been called for 4. Zerno on the left wing, out front for Davis. 12 to shoot. We're under 2 minutes to go. Minnesota by 1. NBA range 3. Francis, good. He is now up to 16 first half points. He is 4 of 4 from 3. And they've got the lead now, 29-27.
Yeah, like you said, he has 16 points. The rest of the team has 3 and 2, so he's really been hot. The Gophers are going to have to shade to him a little bit more.
Grove gives to Osama for a corner bucket. It's no good. Oh, the rebound, though. Grant fighting with Francis, and it goes out of bounds off of Rutgers. So Minnesota will stay in control of the basketball. 20 on the shot clock, down by 1. Down by 2, 29-27. Gophers on a 2:28 scoring drought. Boy, Nico, I agree with him. I thought that Reynolds got hit pretty hard on that layup attempt last trip. Here's Grove. He'll put up a shot good on the inbound. Wide open. About a 6-footer. He's up to 8, and we're tied at 29. Little awkward looking kind of shovel shot, but it was effective enough to get him 2 points. We approach the 1-minute mark in a tie ball game. First half, 29 apiece. Davis against this Gopher zone has it out front to Francis. That's the guy you got to guard. Now to Davis. Ball fake. Francis has 16. He's hit all 4 of his 3 attempts. Here is a shot by Grant. It's an air ball, but Tyson couldn't control the rebound. Goes off of his shin, and it was an air ball, so the shot clock does not reset. So Rutgers with just 3 to shoot, and Steve Peichel will use his use it or lose it timeout right now. 52 to play, 3 to shoot, and Rutgers has an inbound underneath. Gophers and Scarlet Knights tied here at 29. Big Ten tournament history. Rutgers' first Big Ten tournament was here in Chicago in 2015. The Gophers beat them in the first round here at the United Center. Overall, this is their 11th Big Ten tournament. They are 5-10. They've made the quarterfinals 4 times, never a semifinal. And this is the 3rd meeting in the Big Ten tournament between these two teams. Are 1-1. All 3 times it's been an 11-14 game. Minnesota twice now has been the 11 seed and once the 14 seed, and Rutgers twice the 14 and once the 11. So they're kind of in familiar territory here.
Yeah, for sure. And they're playing good ball. It's pretty even across the board. However, the Gophers are going to have to find Francis. He's really carrying this Rutgers team right now. So like I said before, if you're a guard, you're going to have to shade to him a little bit and understand he is the hot hand. Even though you're in zone, you do realize, hey, this guy's a hot hand. So let me keep one set of eyes on him to make sure we kind of slow him down and force the other guys to pick it up.
They are reviewing a clock situation to see if there should be time added here. Jeffrey Anderson going to come and make the announcement.
After reviewing the play, the ball hit the rim. There will be 20 seconds on the shot clock for Rutgers.
So it wasn't an air ball. It must have grazed the rim. I didn't see the
grazed the bottom of the rim.
Grazed the bottom of the rim. So it won't be 3 to shoot. It'll be 20 to shoot. And 52 seconds left in the half. Gophers will be in a zone here. Botolo is back in for the Scarlet Knights. Francis is the guy to see and identify. Transfer from New Jersey Institute of Technology. Last year averaged 19 a game there. 16 a night here. Out front, Botolo to Francis. Gives into the corner. Davis, wide open 3. No good. Weak side rebound tipped, and it'll be Minnesota basketball. And with 44 seconds to play and 30 on the shot clock, about a 14-second shot clock, game clock difference. Scarlet Knights are 5 of 12 from 3. Everybody else is 1 for 8. Francis 4 for 4. Tough inbound against a full court press here for Reynolds. He'll lob it in for Tyson, who makes an athletic play to get up and get it. And now hands are kind of shovels it off to Osama, who will jog it up. We said about a 14 or so second shot clock, game clock difference. 20 to shoot for Minnesota. Osama out front, wants to drive, got to the block, got his man to fall, but doesn't shoot. Now to Tyson. Tyson out to Grove, 10 to shoot. Grayson backing down his man. He's got a height advantage, so he takes it right at him and has the layup with the left hand. He's got 10, and Minnesota leads by 2, 31-29. Shot clock off with 14 seconds to play in the half, and Minnesota by 2. Here's Zerno. Gives to Botolo, and now to Francis with 5, with 4. Zerno shot. Oh, a late whistle and a foul. Nico didn't like it, but Grove's going to get whistled for his second, and it was on the shot attempt by Zerno. And it will be Shinholster in for Grove. And they're going to not count that as a shot. They say he was passing the ball. I thought he shot it. It was such a bad shot, but apparently it was a pass. Here's the inbound to Francis with 3. He'll launch a 3. That's an air ball, and that will end the half. And the Golden Gophers will go into the break up by 2, 31-29. We hope they break the trend of the day where the team leading at half is not won yet. The Gophers hoping to do that this year when they lead at half. They're 11-5. Halftime, the halftime show sponsored by Minnesota Corn. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Hi, you're listening to Meditating with Jan from Toyota. Soften your focus and visualize yourself off-roading in a Tacoma. Now engage your senses. What do you hear? A donkey, because you're driving the kids to a farm sanctuary in a Grand Highlander. Breathe in, breathe out, and go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends March 31st. Toyota, let's go places.
Get ready for the 16th annual Goldies Run on April 12th. Choose from the 5K, 10K, or 10-mile and run through the heart of the University of Minnesota campus, finishing on the field at Huntington Bank Stadium. It's an unforgettable race day experience for all. Goldies Run has been proudly presented for 16 years by Abbott, a global healthcare leader that helps people live more fully at all stages of life. With 8 locations in the Twin Cities, Abbott is proud to call Minnesota home. Sign up today at goldiesrun.com. United Healthcare is a proud presenting partner of the 2026 Special Olympics USA Games because we share their vision of a world where everyone belongs and ability triumphs. We stand with the Special Olympics athletes, families, and communities as a proud supporter, just as we stand with our members every step of their journey of health, because we know what it means to have a personal cheering section and supporter on your side when you move through life's obstacles and get back into the race. United Healthcare, your hometown healthcare plan.
Score more with the college-branded Venmo debit card. Rep your team with every tap and earn up to 5% cash back through Venmo Stash, a new rewards program where the more you do, the more you get. Get your Venmo debit card today and start earning rewards with Venmo Stash. No monthly fee, no minimum balance. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A. Select schools available. Venmo Stash bundle terms and exclusions apply at venmo.me/stash terms. Max $100 cash back per month.
Gopher Basketball is brought to you by Washburn-McCreevy Funeral Chapels, proud supporter of Golden Gopher Basketball. Welcome to the Gopher Halftime Show, presented by Minnesota Corn Growers Association on the Gopher Sports Network from Learfield. Committed to innovation and community. That's Minnesota Corn. Learn more at mncorn.org.
It's Gopher halftime. Gophers leading by 2, 31-29. The Red Panda, what a treat tonight, Al Nolan. She is out here, recovered from the injury. Remember, she suffered that injury in Minneapolis a few years, was it 1 or 2 years ago for the Timberwolves halftime show. It's time for our halftime first half summary. Tonight's first half summary sponsored by M Health Fairview, home to the #1 hospital in the Twin Cities and 2 others in the top 10, according to U.S. News and World Report. For top-tier care, visit mhealthfairview.org. Minnesota led by Grayson Grove with 10, 8 for Durkin, 7 for Osama, 6 for Tyson. Reynolds and Shinholster played but did not score. Francis with 16, Abole with 8, 2 points for Grant and 3 points for Davis. Mark, Buchanan, Botolo, Powers, Zerno, and Dortch all played and did not score. M Health brings you the halftime summary. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Minnesota Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Hey Gopher fans, True Stone Financial is proud to present Coming Home. This year we'll once again welcome some of the greatest Gopher student athletes back to campus. It's the homecoming we can all celebrate thanks to your neighborhood credit union, True Stone Financial. From unforgettable plays to championship victories, these alumni have left an indelible mark on Gopher athletics. To learn more, visit gophersports.com/cominghome. True Stone Financial, proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today. You heard that right. Conquer the stair climber with your partner in climb. Enjoy a post-workout recovery session in the hydro massage and do it all again with access to any of our 2,700 convenient locations. So, you coming? Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month. See Club for details.
Prairie Farms is a proud supporter of Gopher Athletics and the Student Athlete of the Month. Each time you purchase Prairie Farms dairy products, you are supporting local farm families right here in Minnesota. We're committed to providing the highest quality, award-winning dairy products for your family to enjoy. Visit prairiefarms.com for recipes, coupons, and enter for a chance to win dairy prize packages. Support Minnesota dairy farmers and remember to drink local with Prairie Farms.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Minnesota. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Gophers lead at 31-29 at the half. One of the top running events in Minnesota is the on-campus Goldies Run. It's fast approaching. Registration now open. Here's more. Goldies Run is set for April the 12th. It's a beautiful run, one of the big runs in the entire state of Minnesota. It's through campus. It finishes at the Gopher Football Stadium, and Abbott is our main sponsor for that, and we want to thank them for that. And joining us to talk about it is Kristen Ruffner, Divisional Vice President of Global Clinical Affairs for Abbott's electrophysiology business, based in Minnesota. And it's always fun to catch up with Kristen. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much, and thank you for having me today.
Yeah, we get to talk to you about a couple of different things over the years, whether it's the blood drive or whether it's Goldies Run that Abbott's involved in. And in this case, the April 12th Goldies Run, always a fantastic event. And as we get into it, let's start by talking a little bit about Abbott. Tell us about Abbott and what the interest is in being attached to Goldies Run.
Oh, absolutely. So Abbott, we're a company that's really focused on helping people basically live healthier lives. We make all kinds of health-related products, ranging from we make medical devices to nutrition products and even diagnostic tests. We have several locations around the Twin Cities, and we're very proud to be part of the Minnesota community. It's an amazing place to work and for innovation and for developing the next wave of healthcare solutions. And I just want to mention that beyond creating new products, we also care a lot about improving access to healthcare and really supporting our communities. And this is everything from community engagement, STEM education, wellness programs, and child healthcare initiatives. And I should mention that we do hands-on science programs that are delivered by employees in elementary schools in Minnesota, all over Minnesota. So that's a lot of fun. And I'm a former Gopher myself. It's really fun to share that the University of Minnesota is our biggest sources of talent. I actually have a few people on my team that came from the University of Minnesota, and these graduates really help to design and develop our products that we create and for patients and healthcare providers all over the world.
Yeah, it's a great mix, right? As a U of M, and you're a great example of that, can provide, really a workforce to all kinds of industries, and Abbott has formed a great partnership with the U in that regard, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's a great collaboration, great partnership.
Well, tell us a little bit about electrophysiology as well, and how does Abbott develop in Minneapolis connects this to what type of heart health care?
Yeah, absolutely. So electrophysiology, or we shorten that to EP, it's really all about understanding how the heart's electrical signals work. And I tried to come up with a sports analogy, and really the way I like to describe this is if you can imagine the heart as a stadium during a sporting event, and everyone in the audience is doing the wave. So they're putting their hands up in the air, they're standing up, and then they move around. I think everyone's experienced that. And it's really perfectly timed. But if one of the sections falls out of rhythm and they don't stand up and wave their hand, the whole flow breaks down. And EP is sort of like that. EP helps doctors to find those areas of the heart that are out of sync, and then they work to restore that rhythm. And so right here in Minneapolis, our teams at Abbott are creating tools that help make that possible. And that innovation is happening in the city. It plays direct role in helping patients all over the world to get back to being healthy and having steady heartbeats. And that connection to heart health is really a big reason why we're so committed to Goldie's Run at the University of Minnesota. Abbott has proudly been a presenting sponsor since the very beginning. And every year the race supports the M Health Fairview Masonic Children's Hospital, which makes a huge difference to kids and their families that are really facing that heart disease.
It's April 12th, Goldie's Run. You can get all the info, and registration is open now if you want to get involved. April the 12th, goldiesrun.com for all of the info. And one of the top running events now in the entire state of Minnesota. It grows every year. And one of the nice things, too, Kristen, is that there's a bunch of different things and different events. You can run a 5K, a 10-mile, you can walk. There's a lot of cool things for people to take part in here.
It is. It's a lot of fun, as you said, and this year's a perfect time to jump in if you haven't participated before, and it's a great way to support local families. And I have to say, I believe this truly does change lives.
Well, very good, Kristen. Always great to catch up. Great info. We appreciate Abbott and their support of a great cause. goldiesrun.com, helping raise funds for Masonic Children's Hospital, M Health Fairview. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
goldiesrun.com. Stay with us. Gophers up 2. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Gopher fans know the power of a great team. M Health Fairview University of Minnesota Medical Center is ranked the #1 hospital in the Twin Cities by U.S. News and World Report. This is more than an award. It's a reflection of our team of doctors, nurses, and staff who deliver world-class care so you can be at the top of your game. As the official healthcare provider of Gopher Athletics, M Health Fairview is proud to serve people across the state.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Hey Gopher fans, Bobby Durkin here from Minnesota Men's Basketball. In our program, championship culture is built on toughness, trust, and showing up every day to do the work. That's why I'm proud to support the True North family of companies. True North invests in elite teams, like the championship team at True North Mergers and Acquisitions, Minnesota's largest seller of companies. To learn more about True North and their family of independently owned companies, visit thetruenorthfamily.com. That's how champions are built.
This is Mike Grimm for Washburn-McCreevy. 5 generations proudly serving the Twin Cities with distinct funeral and cremation services for over 165 years. Everyone at Washburn-McCreevy wishes new head coach Nico Medved and the Golden Gophers good luck this basketball season. Family owned and family operated since 1857, you can visit washburnmccreevy.com. Washburn-McCreevy and the Golden Gophers, proud of the tradition they've established. Chad Warner with us here at half. Gophers up 2. Coach, what's the message here at the break?
Well, typical first-round game, tough, early. You know, I didn't think we had quite our pop early. Kind of had to find our legs, and we did. And I love the defensive energy that picked up. The message was embrace the grind. We know what this is. We have to go out there and make plays. This is exactly what we wanted. And, you know, I think we're pretty efficient offensively. Defense got better as the half went along, and they've obviously adjusted against our zone some. But I feel like we've settled in, so this should be a great half of basketball.
All right, that pizza settling in from last night?
Oh, yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah, all right, good work. Hey, go get them.
Go Gophers.
All right, Chad Warner with us here, Gopher coach, assistant coach with us at the break. Gophers up by 2, 31-29. We're stationed opposite their bench. He had to kind of crawl over a couple of folks here to get to us, so we appreciate his time here at the break to get over here and share his thoughts and the coaching staff thoughts with us at the break. Your thoughts here at halftime, Al Nolan?
I'm just echoing what Coach said. I thought they had a really good first half. They just want to make sure they find Tyreek Francis on the floor. He's 6 for 10 from the field, 4 for 5 from the three-point line. Only one other player from Rutgers looks like they have hit a 3, so they're just going to have to make sure they shade to him and don't allow him to get going and continue to do what they're doing. Tyson was able to find the basket. Obviously, Durkin was able to knock down some threes. Osama came out early and put in some buckets. Grove as well, so they're playing a great all-around game, and we know Reynolds, he's good for that second half of bringing that energy and getting downhill, so look for him to get going and make some of those layups.
Cub scoreboard here at half, sponsored by Cub. The previous 3 games went this way. Washington in overtime beat USC 83-79. Iowa rallied to beat Maryland 75-64. And earlier tonight, Northwestern by 13 over Indiana 74-61. The Golden Gophers will get the ball to start the second half. They'll be shooting at the basket here in front of us. And they will go with their same starting group. How about Grayson Grove? Double digits here in this first half. And 10 points here at the break to lead the Gophers.
Yeah, he's been doing a good job of being physical as well on the defensive end and also taking advantage of his opportunities. On one of those possessions, he did a great job and had great recognition of recognizing he had the smaller defender on him and took him straight to the post and, shot a nice left-handed floater over the top of him.
So they will get the ball to start, shooting right at us here. The Scarlet Knights will go with their group. Mark, along with Francis, Grant, Bole, and Buchanan. That's the group that started, and Minnesota with the ball right in front of us. It's Tyson, gives him the right wing to Osama against a zone here for Rutgers. Osama finds a cutting Reynolds on the block left. He's cut off there. Kick out Durkin. Wide open 3 right wing. No, and the rebound to Mark. He'll bring it up for Rutgers, down by 2, 20 seconds in. Good look there against the zone. Everything but the bucket. He's 2 for 5. Durkin from 3 now. Grant out front. I wonder if Rutgers will play zone much of the second. We shall see. Here's a pass down low. A Bole right up with a shot. No, and a foul called. And they're going to get Durkin with his second foul.
Yeah, Rutgers had a lot of success going to Obole early on in the first half, so it looks like coach is going to emphasize coming out this half and making sure they get it down to him down low. And the Gopher defenders are going to have to make sure that they come down and crowd and help out Grove. We don't want them to get in foul trouble.
Obole, 57% foul shooter, has 2 here. First one is no good, back iron. And he'll have another playing here at the United Center, of course, an NBA arena. That young man has an NBA body. I mean, that's an NBA-looking center right there. I don't know if he'll play in the NBA, but that's a specimen. Free throw is no good. He missed them both. Tyson make that Reynolds the rebound.
It reminds me of Trevor Mbakwe, the way his body structure.
You're right. It is. It looks a little like him. Both look like they could be statues. I mean, and that's a positive sense.
I know what you're talking about.
Chiseled is what I'm talking, Out front, Reynolds gives to Durkin in the right corner. Zone here for Rutgers. Now to Osama. 3 to shoot for Tyson. Comes off of a screen, spinning, high arcing 3. Good! All net! We saw that at Northwestern, remember, in this city. And he knocks down the 3, and Minnesota has a 34-29 lead. Their largest lead of the night right now at 5.
What a shot by Tyson. You love to see the aggression right there with the shot clock running down. And like you said, same thing he did against Northwestern, coming off the dribble handoffs, knocking down the 3.
As the shot clock winds down, it's 34-29. 10 to shoot now for the Scarlet Knights. Buchanan out front, feeds left to Francis. Ball fake. Reynolds bumped him. No call. Now to Tyson, working defensively on him. Shot blocked. Oh, and they call a foul, and Nico does not like that. He might be mad at his coaches as well. I'm not sure he's yelling at his coaches. I don't know if he's mad about the call or mad about a defensive strategy. I think he's mad that Tyson committed the foul.
Yeah, and I think Tyson, had his hands down a little bit when Francis went up. Francis kind of was really crafty on that one, and I'm sure Coach Medved is looking back at his coaches like, hey, and he's pointing at his temple like, hey, you got to be smarter than that, kid.
So his first free throw good by Francis. 17 now for Francis. He had 16 at halftime. That's the first point of the second half for the Scarlet Knights. We're just over 90 seconds in. Francis, good free throw shooter, 90.6%, 89% career, and he hit them both. He's up to 18. The lead is 3 for Minnesota, 34-31. 18-20 to play in the ball game. Durkin fires ahead at the half-court stripe for Reynolds, and Minnesota will go to work on a zone. Reynolds has it left of the arc. One dribble and now to Grove. Right side, Durkin trying to direct some traffic. Bobby bounces or actually throws in the air to Reynolds. Now to Tyson with 10. Back to Durkin with 8. Out front. Left side, Osama finds Grove at the elbow. Shovels back into the corner for Osama, and he stepped on the sideline. Tough turnover because he was on his way. He dunked it ultimately, but unfortunately on the back pedal or the plant foot, he hit the sideline. Mark is being instructed to tuck in his shirt tail. And so Minnesota retreats to defense, up by 3 here, 34-31. It's been a back and forth contest. Minnesota's largest lead was just a moment ago at 5. Rutgers' largest lead tonight, also 5 in that first half. Here's a Bole. Oh, and he turns, and that's going to be a charge, no question, as Grove took the elbow right to the chops as a Bole spun on him. And now whistles fly again, and are they going to review this, or what do they got here? They might review this, I think. Jeffrey Anderson. This could be a
players on review.
Yeah, this could be free throws here for Minnesota. That was an elbow right to the chops. Here's another look at it in front of us as he just spun. And boy, that was direct blow to the right onto the mouth or just under the chin area.
He took that one straight to the chin.
And the rule now, if it's a basketball move, that was somewhat of a basketball move, but I think the Gophers are going to get free throws out of this, Al.
Listen, I don't even want to guess because I don't know what is the rule. I mean, like every time we say, hey, that's a basketball play, I feel like it's going to be a flagrant. They kind of just say common foul, but like you said, it was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. He turned and got him right in the face.
Yeah, I think the viciousness of the hit and the swinging of the elbow will elevate this to a flagrant, but they're continuing to discuss if it is a flagrant. Grove would get 2 free throws, and then Minnesota would retain possession in the backcourt. And we'll wait. They're discussing it. They've got a 3-man meeting at half court. Gophers leading 34-31. Grove hopefully is okay. I mean, that could be a jawbreaker. No pun intended.
Review, the common foul has been upgraded to a flagrant 1.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. It was just a straight elbow to the. And it really was almost. Again, we've been talking about the guy's build. It was his muscle. It was his muscles. It was his left. The tricep area, and it just crushed the chin of Grove, who's going to get 2 free throws here.
But yeah, like you said, anytime they're up high like that, you catch a player up high like that, typically they're going to call that flagrant.
Now they're making Grove tuck his shirt tail in. So Grove, it's been documented with his free throws on the year, 26%, 9 of 34. And boy, he's got to feel even more nervous when he's the only guy standing there, right? Free throw is in and out. Looked pretty good, though. And he'll get another one. Gophers by 3, and another free throw here for Grove. This one is also no good. So Minnesota will inbound in the backcourt. Bole, the flagrant is his first. It does not get upgraded as an additional foul. Of course, if there was a technical, that would be, but the flagrant just stays as a personal as well. So 1 foul on Bole. Minnesota up by 3 and a full court press here. Inbound to Osama. Little hesitation move, had it poked away, but tracks it back down, and now Isaac's got to get it over half court, and he does. Osama being hounded there by Mark, finds Tyson out front, and they're overplaying now. And Reynolds now with it. Now they get into a zone, do the Scarlet Knights. Osama with 10 to shoot. Gives to Durkin on the right wing in front of Nico Medved. One dribble left-handed, now to Langston Reynolds. In the corner to Osama with 4. Drives in, pivots, leans in, shot blocked. Rebound comes off to Francis. It's a 3-on-2 for the Scarlet Knights. Out to Mark. Hesitation move. Gets in deep and now comes all the way back out, spinning. Gives to Francis. Open 3 is good. His 5th 3, and we are tied. He's got 21. 34-34 and a 5-0 run here for the Scarlet Knights.
Yeah, Osama should have just shot that one. He's been open the past 2 times, and he's turned down a shot and tried to take it into the paint, and it's been no good. He's been knocking down the 3, and he's just going ahead and let that rip.
Just over 3 minutes into the half. We're deadlocked here at 34. Reynolds, he wants to drive through the zone, poked away, but a foul called. Usually when you go into a zone, it's oftentimes less aggressive, so to speak. But this zone right now that Rutgers is playing is pretty aggressive. They're overplaying everything when they get a guy in their zone. Inbound to Grove for Minnesota. 17 to shoot. Now to Tyson. Back to Osama out front to Reynolds. Bouncing for Grove, right of the arc. Waits, hands off to Durkin. Durkin a stutter step move, picks up the dribble, bouncing down low. Reverse layup by Tyson is good. He's in double figures with 11. Beautiful pass there by Durkin, and Minnesota's out front 36-34. 16:15 to play. Winner plays UCLA tomorrow. Buchanan takes it right at the Gophers. He's got his first field goal, and we're tied again here, 36-all. 4 minutes into the game, or into the second half. Aaron Katziman calling a play from the sideline. Zone offense here for Minnesota. Tyson left of the arc. They come out and challenge him a little bit. They don't want to give him open threes, although he did not hit a 3 in his last game. Just a handful of times this year for him that's happened. Here's Osama right into the paint, shot blocked. That's off the backboard, and here comes Rutgers the other way, a chance to take the lead. Bounce down low, reverse layup good by Grant. Transition bucket. He's got a field goal in each half, and Rutgers out front 38-36. 15:30 to play in this ball game. Gophers haven't looked totally comfortable here in this zone offense. Here's Durkin, finds Reynolds, takes it right in, layup blocked again, rebound back tapped. Osama drives. He'll kick to Reynolds. Kick out for Tyson. He wants to drive against the zone, and he lost the ball. Had an open 3, but passed it up. Here's Mark working to the corner left for the Scarlet Knights. Gophers with their second turnover of the half there. Francis out front, 5 minutes into the half, and Minnesota down by 2. Mark gives right side. Pass along the baseline. Grant, shot blocked by Grove. Good job there by Grove to get a hand on it. Outlet, he not only blocked it, he got the rebound. To Reynolds, ahead to Osama. There's an open 3, missed it. And Minnesota's gone icy here. The rebound to Abole. Mark will walk it up. Long stretch of play here without a stoppage, and everyone's kind of huffing and puffing. 14:35. We have not hit our 16-minute timeout yet. Buchanan gives into the corner. Francis working on Tyson. Long 2. Back iron, no. Rebound and a foul. And they're going to get Grove, I think, holding on that shot or on that block out. It'll be his 3rd. And it'll be an inbound for Rutgers when we come back. Hey, Gopher fans, Goldie's Run is back, presented by Abbott. It's Sunday, April 12th. Registration now open. Run or walk with the Gophers and raise money for M Health Fairview Masonic Children's Hospital and help change the lives of pediatric patients with heart disease. Go to goldiesrun.com. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
You depend on CenterPoint Energy to deliver energy for what matters most to you, your neighbors, and throughout the land of 10,000 lakes, so we can all make a better tomorrow. That's why we're investing in the latest technology to reduce emissions, offer rebates on qualifying energy-efficient natural gas equipment, and provide energy-saving programs that help save you money. Look ahead at centerpointenergy.com/futuremn.
Friends of the Barn is your direct way to invest in Gopher men's basketball and their mission of Team Together. By supporting the team, you're providing Coach Medved with the resources to lead the program at a high level. Friends of the Barn allows him to address the team's most important needs, including recruiting, training, and player development, ensuring our student athletes have every opportunity to thrive. Join us in building something special. Support Friends of the Barn by connecting with the Golden Gopher Fund at ggf@umn.edu.
United Healthcare is a proud presenting partner of the 2026 Special Olympics USA Games because we share their vision of a world where everyone belongs and ability triumphs. We stand with the Special Olympics athletes, families, and communities as a proud supporter, just as we stand with our members every step of their journey of health, because we know what it means to have a personal cheering section and supporter on your side when you move through life's obstacles and get back into the race. United Healthcare, your hometown healthcare plan.
Welcome back. 14:27 to play in the basketball game. Gophers down by 2. Rutgers on a 7-2 run. Minnesota had a 5-point lead before this latest run. Rutgers will have the ball coming up out of this timeout with 20 to shoot under its own basket. Your thoughts here on the first 5.5 minutes of half number 2?
I think Rutgers jumping into a zone kind of threw the Gophers off a little bit, and they've been, trying to attack the basket, but Abola's down there blocking all kind of shots. So they gotta let that ball fly. They've been able to knock down the 3 all season long, and you got a team playing zoning, and typically that doesn't happen for the Gophers. So if they do get open look, whether it's Durkin, Tyson, Asma, they're going to have to let it fly. But they're really going to have to also as well really move that ball. If they do drive, drive and kick, you want to draw defenders. You want to drive and kick and draw defenders. And typically on the second or third, ball movement, as the ball moves, you can get over shot.
Well, let's see what the Gophers have here this stretch run. Kai Shinholster back into the game. He had a really good first half on the defensive end. He had multiple deflections, forced a couple of turnovers, and getting a breather is Grayson Grove. He has 3 fouls, so the Gophers really without what you would call a traditional post here on defense in that zone. We'll see if they can rebound out of the zone tonight. Rebounding wise, 17-16 Rutgers. They overplay the zone a little bit, and they really got to keep an eye on Francis, who has the ball right now. He's got 21 tonight, 21 of his team's 38. Here's a drive by Mark, layup way short, rebound tipped out, and Shinholster, Johnny on the spot for Minnesota. A chance to tie or take the lead. Advance pass up to Reynolds from Osama, and Langston has it on the right wing. Gives to Durkin, who wants to drive. Funnels out for Osama left wing, centering the ball. Bouncing now for Reynolds right of the arc to Shinholster. Man-to-man defense now for Rutgers. Here is Tyson trying to drive. He gets nudged, nothing called, goes up with a shot. Yeah, there was a foul called, and he'll get free throws. And he's amongst the country's leaders in terms of free throw attempts and free throw makes. On the year, 168 for 204, 82%. Foul is on Badalo, his first, freshman from Romania. This team has 5 international players, Rutgers. We've talked about maybe the Gophers can get some international flavor as well.
Right.
Rutgers has done that with 5 overseas guys. Now, I count one as a Canadian. I count him as international, even though he's North American, so to speak, as Tyson hits the free throw. 12 for him tonight, but the rest of them are, European here. Bosnia-Herzegovina, Romania, Senegal. That is not European. And where else? Yeah, Ontario. Tyson's second free throw is good. He's got a dozen, and we are tied at 38. 13:45 to play. Out front, Francis, left wing to Zerno, who's into the game. Now right side for Davis, who's in. Here's Zerno, a high arcing 3, all net. Wow, he has not taken a lot of threes, and he's 33%, knocks that down. His first bucket of the night, and it's 41-38 Rutgers. 13:20 to play. Rutgers on the night, 7 of 15, 47% from 3. Shinholster with 18 to shoot, bounces for Reynolds. Nearly had his pocket picked by Buchanan. Instead now gives to Asama. And he made a poor pass, and it's stolen away, and then stolen back by Shinholster. 3-on-2 the other way. Durkin a 3. Good, and we're tied. Fortunate for Minnesota, 11 for Durkin, and it's 41-41.
Yeah, a little sporadic play, but the ball ended up in the right man's hands, and that's Bobby Durkin. He was able to knock it down.
I mean, that ball was bouncing around, a steal one way, steal the other, and then Shinholster kept it alive. Badalay, a 15-footer, no good, and here comes the Gophers with a chance to lead. Here's Reynolds, feeds Tyson, open three left side, no good, way short, barely caught iron right, and the rebound to Buchanan for Rutgers. Gophers now 5 of 13 from 3. Davis out front waiting for the play call. Buchanan kind of stands next to him and now vacates. It's Zerno who just hit the three to Buchanan. To the free throw line, Francis shot, rims out, and Reynolds high for the rebound. He wants to run a little transition opportunity. Stutter steps into the paint, got knocked off, pass into the corner. Shinholster, three, good! Kai Shinholster's first three since January 24th, and it came at a beautiful time. Minnesota by 3.
And I love Reynolds getting that ball and pushing it in the broken floor and trying to get himself to the basket or draw some defenders, and he did a great job of finding Shinholster.
The three the other way, good. That's Davis. His second three. He's got one in each half, and we're tied at 41. 11:40 to play. We're due for our under 12-minute timeout. Next stoppage of play. Gophers and Scarlet Knights tied. Here's Durkin a three. That's good. Timeout. There's that strategic timeout for Nico Medved at 11:31. Durkin with 4 threes and 14 points, and Minnesota out front 47-44. The three-point advantage. 11:31 to play in the basketball game, and this has been pretty entertaining. Stay with us. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Prairie Farms award-winning cottage cheese just got better. Introducing the Pro Pack Cottage Cheese Snack Cup. Now you can enjoy all the great taste and health benefits of Prairie Farms cottage cheese in a perfectly portioned cup. Packed with 12 grams of protein, low fat, and under 100 calories. Enjoy them for lunch, snack time, or as part of your favorite dishes. Look for them at your favorite grocery stores. Visit prairiefarms.com for cottage cheese recipes, coupons, and enter for a chance to win dairy prize packages.
Imagine getting insider access to your favorite Gopher student athlete. Exclusive events, behind-the-scenes content, and unique experiences that bring you closer than ever. That's what you get as a member of Dinkytown Athletes. With memberships starting at just $10 a month, every membership directly supports Gopher student athletes through NIL opportunities, helping them grow on campus and beyond. Take your fan experience to the next level. Visit DinkytownAthletes.com today.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today. You heard that right. Conquer the stair climber with your partner in climb. Enjoy a post-workout recovery session in the hydro massage and do it all again with access to any of our 2,700 convenient locations. So, you coming? Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month. See Club for details.
Live from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball.
M Health Fairview is the Minnesota's home to the most top docs and was just recently recognized as having 4 of the top-ranked hospitals in the state. Visit mhealthfairview.org to learn about world-class care you deserve right in your backyard. Welcome back. Mike Griminell Nolan with you here from the United Center in Chicago. Kel Rollins is our in-studio producer on the Gopher Sports Network, and Bill Carambellis is our on-site engineer. Minnesota leading by 3, 47-44. Bobby Buckets with a big 3 right before the timeout.
Yeah, big 3. You're going to have to continue to look for him, and particularly if Rutgers goes into his zone, but I don't think Rutgers is going to do that. They've fallen back into the man-to-man. But the Gophers are doing a great job, and like I said before, I love Lex Reynolds getting that ball out and pushing it up court, and then you're able to find Bobby Buckets in the open floor. You're able to find Cade Tyson trailing for the 3. So they want to continue to push it when they can, and particularly when Reynolds gets the ball.
Tyson has 13, 14 for Durkin. Grove with 10. He's on the bench, though, with 3 fouls. 21 for Francis. He's the only in double figures. Abole with 8 for Rutgers. Botolo, Zerno, Mark, Davis, and Grant in there for Rutgers. So the hot man, Francis, who's got 21, is on the bench getting a breather. Rutgers ball. Next stoppage of play will bring us to another official under 12 timeout. This Nico timeout will leave him with 2 for the rest of the game, but this has been that around the 12-minute. They do that strategically because they'll get another one. So Mark with it for the Scarlet Knights. Zone for Minnesota. Rutgers down 3. Botolo with it on the wing left. Outside the stripe to Mark out front. Left wing Zerno working on Reynolds against the zone. Now to Mark, back to Zerno. Elevates for the 3 and hit it. He's got 2 threes in the half, and we're tied again. 47-47. What a flurry this has been of threes back and forth.
Yeah, it has been. And so the Gophers in that 2-3 zone are going to have to find Zerno. He had the ball. He passed it. They both left him, and then they got it right back. They're going to have to make sure they keep an eye on him.
Tyson backs his man down, kicks out to Awesome. A man-to-man defense here for the Scarlet Knights. Now to Reynolds with 10 to shoot. Durkin, skip pass. Tyson, ball fake on Grant. Takes it in at him. Spinning shot. Yeah, to foul. Good take by Cade Tyson, who is now up to 15, and he'll have free throws when we come back. Here's our media timeout with 10:45 to play. Minnesota by 2, and a free throw from Tyson upcoming. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Gopher fans, Mystic Mayhem is back. In partnership with Mystic Lake, it's your chance to score prizes. Now through March 15th, enter round 3 for the chance to win a Gopher Gear prize pack or 4 tickets to the 2026 Gopher Football Home Opener. You could also win Mystic Lake show tickets to see Air Supply or Joe D. Messina. Enter all 4 rounds of Mystic Mayhem for your chance to win 2026 Gopher Football season tickets. Visit mysticlake.com/mayhem to enter now. Must be at least 18. Mystic Mayhem. Score golden prizes.
Hi, you're listening to Meditating with Jan from Toyota. Soften your focus and visualize yourself off-roading in a Tacoma. Now engage your senses. What do you hear? A donkey, because you're driving the kids to a farm sanctuary in a Grand Highlander. Breathe in, breathe out, and go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends March 31st. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, it's Hockey. You know, I'm always out running around, so anything that saves me time and money, that's a win. So check this out. Members Car Wash and Fuel is giving away free memberships until April 1st. That means unlimited premium car washes and club price top-tier fuel, all in one place. And their spot in Plymouth is awesome. The car wash is top-notch, and the fuel savings can hit around 40 cents a gallon. Sounds awesome, right? Well, don't wait. Only the first 5,000 people get that free deal. Just go to memberscarwashandfuel.com right now to get your free membership before they're gone.
Welcome back. We're in Chicago. 10:45 to play. Minnesota by 2, 49-47. Cade Tyson will try to complete a three-point play coming out of the timeout. We normally give you a top-of-the-hour ID. We missed it at halftime, so we're going to give you a bottom-of-the-hour ID stations along the network. Bottom-of-the-hour ID, 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves all across the great state of Minnesota and the entire upper Midwest. Let's do it now. 10 seconds. This is the Gopher Sports Network. Grayson Grove with 3 fouls. He will remain on the bench. The Gophers' smaller lineup, though, has been okay here since Grove went out.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of really moving that ball. And on that particular last play, I love Cade Tyson really using his strength to drive baseline and get the defender in the air and, you know, use his body to bump into him, and great control to finish the end one.
Nico Medved in conference tournaments. This is his 13th season. And he is, in 2020, they didn't play a game because of COVID. Remember, the Gophers did get a game in that Big Ten tournament, and then they were supposed to play Iowa in 2020. In that game, we were on the elevator down to the game to start our broadcast when we got word that it was over, and then the world changed. Not that much after that. But Nico is 15-11 all-time in conference tournaments, including last year when he won the Mountain West Conference Championship. He has been to the semifinals 6 times in his 13 years. That's a pretty good percentage.
Yeah, just an extra step away from going to the Sweet 16.
Indeed. Here's a free throw by Tyson. He completes the three-point play. He's at 16 on the night. The lead is 3, 50-47 Minnesota. 10:40 to go, almost midway point here, half number 2. It's been an entertaining game. Francis is still on the bench getting a breather. Out front, Mark. Left wing, Zerno, who's got a couple of threes in the half. Now to Davis on the right wing. He has a three this half. Gets a screen from his big man. Gets into Mark, and then Mark threw it into the backcourt, and that'll be a turnover. So Minnesota basketball for Rutgers, just turnover number 7. Neither of these teams turn it over much. Minnesota 9.9 and Rutgers 10.1. Gophers with 7 tonight, and Rutgers with 7 tonight. Inbound for Osama out front. Gophers a bucket here would either match or give them their largest lead of the night. Shinholster has a 3 tonight. He drives in, pump fake, bouncing ball, got kicked, but no call. Everyone's screaming kick, and the ball comes off to Rutgers. Zerno, an in-rhythm 3 for the tie, rims out, and the rebound comes off. Oh, and a foul called on Tyson. Tyson said he didn't even touch him. And Tyson is called for his second. I think Abole just lost his balance. Let's watch the replay here. Kind of hit him with his arm a little.
That's a tough one. It's kind of away from the play as well.
So Tyson's second, and to miss the kick on this end is ridiculous. Langston Reynolds, or Shinholster tried to bounce it to Reynolds, and it went right off the guy's toes. Here's Durkin with a block shot, rebounded, saved it in. Reynolds the other way, takes it at Zerno, layup, good. Wow, what a defensive play by Durkin. Transition the other way. Minnesota by 5, matching their largest lead of the night. 52-47, 9:40 to play.
Yeah, great defense by Durkin right there to block the shot and have the wherewithal to stay in bounds and get it to Osman for the outlet to Reynolds finish the layup.
Francis back in. He's got the ball for the Scarlet Knights out front. 9:25 to go, 5 to shoot. Here's Davis. Gives down low. Spinning Grant. Shot good. That's a tough hit. Spinner from about 12 feet. 52-49, Minnesota by 3. 9:10 to play. Reynolds to Osama, now to Tyson. Tyson bouncing for Reynolds, jab step, and now gives it to Shinholster. Gives out front, Durkin finds Reynolds down low, travel. They're going to call it travel as he shuffled just before he put the shot up. No, Durkin, he has improved defensively so much. Early in the year, Nico had talked about wanted to let him use his length a little more, and man, have they really developed that, I think.
Well, they are playing zone, though. They he slide his feet, guard nobody. That was a good block, though. Yeah.
Here's a pass out front to the right side to Francis. Well, I'm not saying he's Al Nolan on defense or anything.
Not at all. No, not at all. He's doing a great job of doing different things than other intangibles. You're absolutely correct.
And I will say this, that North Dakota exhibition, and here is a travel on the other end as Grant shuffled his feet. That North Dakota exhibition, the first game, I thought it was a fine job by the Gophers, but I'd be lying if I wasn't driving home that night saying, I'm not sure Durkin's going to be able to guard people the way you might need, and I think he's proven that he can.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of it, but they are playing zone. He ain't got to go too far.
That's true. Oh, and here's a bad turnover right through the hands. Shinholster threw it to Tyson. And at 8:31 of the game, the ball went through his hands, but it was wide along the sideline. He tried, he would have had to toe tap like an NFL player to haul that in. Hopefully fatigue isn't setting in. I thought we saw that a minute against Northwestern, and then the Gophers got their second wind on Sunday. Here's a drive by Zerno. Kick out left wing for Davis. Now back to the right side. Francis with 7 to shoot. Francis elevates. Oh, and they call a foul on Shinholster. Oh, my goodness. On the shot, so it'll be 3 shots here for Francis. Shinholster reached out and got him on the elbow as we see the replay.
Oh, yeah, he did. You don't want to foul jump shooter. Mistake by the freshman, but he's been having a good game.
Not a guy that's 91% from the line either. This is a better way to give him 3 than getting a wide open 3 probably as he hits the first, but Shinholster wanted to contest that. I'm sure everyone's saying when Francis has it, get a hand in his face. Francis' second one is no good. How about that? So he'll have a 3rd free throw. Grove in with those 3 fouls. Shinholster comes out. I will also say, watching the replay, it was definitely a foul. I thought he had his hand straight up. He did bring it out, but Francis also did a good job of kind of floating forward to lean in a little bit to get that arm under the elbows. The free throw's good. Veteran play by the junior there on that one. So he's 2 for 3 at the line, and the lead is 1 now. A 4-0 run here for the Scarlet Knights. 52-51 Minnesota. Osama in the backcourt, reversing, and it's stolen away and another turnover. Davis, kick out Francis. 3 for the lead, short. Rebound tips way out, and Francis in the backcourt will track it down, and Rutgers will get a third opportunity. And it went into the backcourt, so they're going to reset the shot clock to 30 and not 20. And that brings us with the stoppage of play to our under 8-minute timeout. 7:59 to play. And the Gophers now up to 11 turnovers. They have 3 turnovers. In fact, 4 turnovers in under 3 minutes. And I just hope that's not a fatigue-related situation here, as Rutgers, one, has cranked it up a little bit, but a couple of, kind of lazy, not lazy, but just lackadaisical plays.
Yeah, and they're going to have to learn how to break the press a little bit better. It's like, hey, once you get a guy on your hip, you have to get it across half court and then dribble it back out if you don't have anything to reset up your offense. Right there, Osama did a bad job, and then there wasn't any space, and he got caught, leaving his feet trying to make a pass.
All right, we'll take a break. Gophers by 1. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
This is Mike Grimm, voice of the Golden Gophers. As a business owner, do you have a game plan in place to stay focused on safety and preventing claims? Let our team help support your business. Federated Insurance offers a customizable lineup of industry-specific coverages and risk management services to help you continue your winning streak. At Federated Mutual Insurance Company, it's our business to protect yours. Proud partner of Golden Gopher Athletics.
You can guarantee yourself a Minnesota maroon and gold win when you sell your business with True North Mergers and Acquisitions. True North M&A is a local alumni-owned company and a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. True North M&A provides brokerage services to small businesses as well as mergers and acquisition services to companies up to $250 million in revenue. Are you thinking about selling? True North M&A helps you maximize your life's work. Visit TNMA.com for a confidential conversation. Minnesota's largest seller of companies. That's TNMA.com.
This broadcast is copyrighted by the Big Ten Conference Incorporated. Any use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Big Ten Conference's expressed written consent is prohibited. Welcome back. Rutgers with the ball, down by 1. They've scored 4 straight. Al Nolan was documenting that Minnesota's gotten a little lax with the ball, a little sloppy here the last few possessions. 4 turnovers in the last 2:46, and they've been outscored 4-0. Rutgers has the ball down 1.
Well, they struggle with the full court press all year long, so that's why teams decide to do it to them, so they have to figure it out. They always try to get it to Cade Tyson in the middle and then get it to Osama Reynolds. However, they have to clear it out, and the guards have to bring it right up and beat the press.
Buchanan on the inbound against the zone to Zerno, reversing now. Davis on the drive against Tyson. Out front, Buchanan pivots back and gives to Francis. 12 to shoot here for Rutgers. 10 to shoot. Buchanan against Osama. Takes it at him. Up with the shot. Short. Rebound, though, goes to the big man, Abole, and a fresh 20. Third chance here for Rutgers. Francis, left side to Davis. Against the zone in the corner to Zerno. Tyson keeps him in front. Slip, but kept him in front. Now to Davis. 3 for the lead. No. And Osama tracks down the rebound for Minnesota. And we're at 7:20 to play. Minnesota by 1. Everyone now catching their breath. Tyson takes a deep breath. Gives to Osama. Isaac back down, backdoor cut, and another turnover. He thought it was a kick, nothing whistled. I couldn't tell. We were blocked a little bit, and another turnover. 5 turnovers now in the last 3.5 minutes for Minnesota. Davis out front. With it for Rutgers with under 7 to play. Now to Buchanan through 2 Gophers. Kick out Davis, open 3. This would give him the lead, and it does. Knocks down the 3. He's got 3 threes and 9 points. 54-52, Rutgers by 2. And Rutgers is now on a 9-0 run. 7-0 run, I beg your pardon. Gophers went from up 5 to down 2 here. And it has been a drought now of almost 4 minutes. Osama on the wing left, and the Minnesota Gophers haven't even gotten a shot off, and another turnover. Osama lobs it, and Reynolds got tied up, tangled up, and the ball sails out of bounds. 6 turnovers now in 4:23. I don't know if they've had a field goal attempt in that time.
Yeah, they've been a little bit out of sorts right now. Osimo was, like you said, it might have been a kick, it might not have been, but the point guard has to take better care of the ball down the stretch.
So a 7-0 march here for Rutgers. Buchanan into the paint, takes it up, got fouled, count the bucket. It's a 9-0 run. He'll go to the line. Davis with 11. Make it, that was Buchanan. He's now got 4. Reynolds, the foul, his second. 6 now on Minnesota. Rutgers, with all the aggression they've played with, just 3 fouls here in this second half. And Buchanan, a 60% free throw shooter to try to complete the 3-point play and make it a 10-0 run. And he missed it. Reynolds the rebound. 56-52, Rutgers by 4. 6 minutes to go. Gophers got to find a second win, and this will be offensive. Clear push off on Reynolds as he tried to drive left and push the left hand out. And that counts as a turnover, and that's now 7 turnovers. I gotta look. When's the last field goal attempt Minnesota had that counted as a field goal attempt? 7 turnovers in 4:45 and 14 now on the night. Gophers took the lead back at the 9:40 mark with a field goal. So we're approaching almost 4 minutes without, I think, a field goal attempt. Francis shot good. Nico may have to burn a timeout. That was a 2. He's got 25, and the lead now is 6, the largest of the night for either team, 58-52. And it's an 11-0 run. Tyson turning the corner, picks up the dribble, reverse to Durkin. NBA range 3 from the left side, no. And the rebound comes off to Abole. Gophers have not scored in almost 5 minutes. That was their first shot attempt in that time. Francis, left side to Zerno. We approach the 5-minute mark. Davis back out front. Francis to Zerno on the wing left. Along the short corner, Abole out to Zerno. His 3 in the air, too strong. And the rebound to Tyson. Tyson from Minnesota, head to Reynolds, fires across, ball deflected, but right to Durkin. Bobby takes it into the paint, lobs into the corner. Tyson, jab step, up with a 16-footer that's good. Big bucket for Minnesota, snaps the drought. He's got 18, and it's 58-54, Rutgers by 4. Yeah. 4:40 to go.
Good pass by Durkin to drive into the basket and finding Tyson. A great job by Tyson in one dribble pulling up. So the Gophers need to get going. They need to get some easy baskets down here, and then also get some stops on this Rutgers team.
Winner gets UCLA tomorrow night at 8. Here's a pass to Buchanan, mid-range jumper, no. Rebound to Bole, and another second chance opportunity. He finds Zerno, and a kick out to Buchanan, 13 to shoot. Here's Buchanan into the paint, goes up with the shot, and he's got a finger roll to go. Tough take, he's got 6, all in the second half, and the lead is 6, 60-54. Ball got deflected or kicked before it was ever inbounded. And with 4:07 to play, Minnesota will inbound in the backcourt. Full court press here for Rutgers. That was a tough shot there by Buchanan. The bad news is that ball that got it went through the basket and then kind of got kicked. It allows them to set up their press. So the Gophers have to reshuffle, and now they inbound to Grove, who gives back to Durkin. And Durkin will jog it up for Minnesota with the ball. Left-hand dribble now to the right side. Gives to Reynolds. Gophers trail it here by 6, 60-54. Under 4 to play. They need points, and they need them in a hurry here. Reynolds on the wing left. Gives to Durkin. Back to Reynolds. Top of the key. Reynolds just 2 points tonight. Lost the ball, but a whistle and a foul. And let's see if they count that on the shot or if it will be an inbound situation. It will be an inbound situation. Francis the foul, his first, team's 5th. Gophers down 6 will inbound with 3:47 to play from underneath after this. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Hey, it's Guardsy for Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union. You know, when it comes to your money, you don't want to play one-on-one. You need a team that helps you win. Affinity Plus is a proud partner of Gopher Athletics, and they help you slam dunk your savings, assist your goals, and defend your wallet with great rates and digital tools that actually work. So whether you're driving to the hoop or driving to work, Affinity Plus is the financial teammate that's always got your back. Learn more at affinityplus.org/go Gophers. Affinity Plus, federally insured by NCUA.
No matter how you drive it, there's a Ford for you. On the work site or out in the town, F-Series trucks provide power and toughness when you need it most. It's what makes them the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. When adventure calls, the Bronco family always answers. That's because they're made for the great outdoors. With a flexible interior, the Ford Explorer adapts towards your needs. Visit your local Northland Ford dealers to find the perfect Ford for you. Plus, a great offer to go along with it. Based on 1977 to 2024 CY Industry reported total sales.
Score more with the college-branded Venmo debit card. Rep your team with every tap and earn up to 5% cash back through Venmo Stash, a new rewards program where the more you do, the more you get. Get your Venmo debit card today and start earning rewards with Venmo Stash. No monthly fee, no minimum balance. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A. Select schools available. Venmo Stash bundle terms and exclusions apply at venmo.me/stash terms. Max $100 cash back per month.
.347 to play. Welcome back to the United Center. Glad you're with us here tonight on the Gophers Sports Network. Gophers trail by 6. They've got work to do. They've been outscored here in the second half, 31-23. They really went on a rough stretch of turnovers. They've been outscored 13-2 to go from up 5 to down 6 in the last 5.5 minutes. Once a convent, now a decidedly unconventional hotel in the heart of St. Paul, the Celeste Hotel and Bar combines serenity with every amenity. Enjoy evening cocktails in the bar and complimentary breakfast each morning. Go to CelesteSt.Paul.com to find out about this faithfully restored hotel and to book your simply divine stay. CelesteSt.Paul.com. Well, the Gophers have had a knack, it seems, in these close games to, even if the odds are against them, find ways to win tight games. And maybe today can be another one here, but they find themselves with a hole to dig out of.
Yeah, and it's going to start on the defensive end, and they might want to try and, once they secure the rebound, is push it, and not allow this Rutgers team to set up their half-court defense. They've been able to have some success, in the transition, so they might want to try to look at that, but they have to get some stops first.
Reynolds to Durkin, back to Reynolds out front, gets a screen from Grove, kick back to Durkin. Right side to Osama with 6 to shoot. Isaac drives into the paint, layup, blocked, rebound Durkin. He got fouled on the putback attempt. So an opportunity here for second chance points. Boy, that had to be awfully close to goaltending, didn't it, on the block?
Man, he got up and blocked that. I'm not going to lie to you. Whew. I saw him coming on the backside, but I didn't know if he was going to get up. He got up. I don't think it was goaltending. It was a good block.
So it'll be free throws here for Durkin, second chance opportunities, and every second chance point this year. That means money for Second Harvest Heartland coming from our great friends at Affinity Plus. Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union. Oh, and Durkin short on the free throw. Affinity Plus donates $25 to Second Harvest Heartland for every second chance point. This would be a second chance point here. So far, the Gophers with just 2 second chance points tonight.
Yeah, and I do like Osama taking it to the basket right there because he hasn't looked at it in this second half as Durkin knocks down the second free throw.
60-55, the lead cut to 5. 3:25 to play. Rutgers will not be in any rush here. Davis gives him the right wing to Buchanan against this Minnesota zone to Francis. Zerno on the wing left. Reversing right side. Davis back to Zerno. Now to Francis out front with 12 to shoot. Wants to drive on Osama. Elevates long 2. Good. Man alive. He's now got 27, and the lead is 7, largest of the night, 62-55.
And early on I said they didn't have any prolific score. I stand corrected. I mean, Francis has been going off, but he didn't have that great of a game back home at the barn, but he's definitely been killing the Gophers.
Yeah, he had just 10 at the barn. Here's Tyson, a 3 in the air. It's short, rebound tipped, and it comes off to Abole. And the Gophers are in deep trouble now, down 7 with 2:35 to play. And they have just gone icy cold here, while Rutgers has hit 5 of their last 7. Minnesota led this game 52-47. Here's a steal. Maybe this will get him going. Reynolds with a layup. Yes, got it to go. He's got just 4, both field goals in the second half, and the lead down to 5 here. 2-possession game, 2:15 to play, and a timeout Rutgers. Scarlet Knights 2 timeouts left, and Minnesota 2 timeouts left. Gophers, as we mentioned, had led this thing 52-47, and it was a 15-5 run for Rutgers.
Yeah, great hands right there by Osama to get the steal and then also to find Reynolds in transition. And great Euro step by Reynolds to finish that shot. And Gophers still got a chance right here, but they're going to have to get some stops. And once they get some stops, they're going to have to secure that rebound and not allow any second opportunities, chances for Rutgers. And like I said before, they want to try and push it in transition, get that ball in Reynolds' hands, and try to beat this team in the open floor and don't allow them to set the half-court defense.
Possession arrow favors Rutgers. It was a 15-3 run before that last bucket by Reynolds for the Scarlet Knights. Gophers, as you mentioned, need to get a stop here. Nice night from Grove in the first half. Nice night from Tyson overall. He's got 18. It's the best in game feature brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. So defense, the name of the game this possession. Try to get it back. 2 possessions, 2:13, plenty of time.
Oh yeah, the Gophers are right there, and like you see, Osama just got a great steal, and all it takes is getting another steal and a quick fast break bucket, whether it's finding Bobby Buckets in transition or Tyson. But they have to try and beat this team before they set up their half-court defense.
Gophers tonight have taken 8 free throws. They're 4 of 8. And I'm sorry, they've taken 11 free throws. They're 8 of 11. Rutgers just 4 attempts, 4 of 8. And Minnesota probably too early to start thinking about fouling, but there are a couple of guys with Rutgers that aren't very good free throw shooters, so that could play into strategy at some point. But then again, when you're playing with 6 guys, you might foul everybody out fouling. Out front with it, 18 to shoot Rutgers. We approach the 2-minute mark. Buchanan gives into the corner right. Zerno a couple of dribbles, centers the ball to Davis for the ball fake. Back to Zerno, now to Davis out front, 8 to shoot. Gives to Buchanan, pass down low, and a slam dunk. Good play out of the timeout. 10 for Abole, and the lead back to 7, 64-57. 1:50 to go. Gophers now need to score and get stops. Durkin off of a screen, open 3, in and out. Rebound, tipped. It comes out. Reynolds saves it in, and a second chance opportunity. Osama downhill, got fouled, got it! 3-point play chance. Good job by Osama. Reynolds saved it to Isaac, and then Isaac just took it right to the lane.
Yeah, great job right there. And Grove kept that thing alive with tapping it out. And you said Reynolds chased it down, got it to Osama. He drove to the basket. Nice one-legged floater. You always love to do it. Just right hand, right leg, great finish.
So still a 2-possession game and a free throw coming. 5-point lead. He can make it a 4-point game. Osama now with 9. Free throw short. Man, Minnesota now 7 of 12 and leaving points off the board there. Durkin and Osama missed free throws in the last 30 seconds. Here's Davis into the offensive end. The lead 5, 64-59. 1:20 to go. Right side Buchanan. Remember, he's just a 60% foul shooter. Abole's the guy, if he gets it, you just want to wrap him up. Right side Francis with 5, with 4. 1:05 to play. Now Davis with 2. Has to hoist up a 3. No good. Deep rebound comes out to Rutgers. And now the Gophers will likely have to foul. They're working on Davis. They double him. He's in trouble and takes a timeout. Boy, they got the stop, but Rutgers has 8 offensive rebounds tonight. Only 4 second chance points, but 8 offensive rebounds, and an offensive rebound there's a killer.
Yeah.
Each team with 25 rebounds.
And we always talk about how hard it is to rebound out of a zone, especially when a shot comes off long. And they did a great job on defense right there. And Davis threw one up and hit the rim extremely hard and bounced back out. Unfortunate bounce for the Gophers.
Right now, let's give you 10 seconds for station identification. 10 seconds. This is the Gopher Sports Network. .9 seconds to go. Rutgers with 1 timeout left. Minnesota with 2. Possession arrow favors Rutgers, and Rutgers with an inbound sideline.
It'll be interesting to see with 14 seconds on the shot clock. I'm sure the Gophers might want to try and let them play this one out.
Inbound for Davis, and again they double him, and Osama was aggressive there, and he fouls him. And it'll be free throws now for, was that Francis or Davis? It was Davis. So Davis will go to the line, 77% foul shooter. And they had taken Abole out of the game for that reason. They didn't want to see him get fouled. Grant will come back out now as Abole comes in for defensive purposes, and he has been a big factor. 5 block shots tonight for Abole. Davis at the line, a 1-and-1. Gophers got a box out here. First one in the air is good. Davis now in double figures with 10. The lead is 6. This would make it a 3-possession game. And it's good. 7-point game. Here come the Gophers. They're going to need to get quick 2s or 3s. Here's Tyson a 3 that's short, and Abole the rebound, or make that Buchanan the rebound, and he's fouled. And it's not looking great right now with 47 seconds to play, and free throws coming for Buchanan, who is a 59% foul shooter. Tyson you had to get shots up, so he took kind of a weird looking 3 from straight on a runner.
No, he had to get that up because you're trying to get him up quick as well. Unfortunately, he didn't go down, and I'm sure he was kind of anticipating a little bit of contact as well because it was a little bit of an awkward shot. But
Tyson has 1 3 tonight. He's got 18 points. He's one of 3 Gophers in double figures. Durkin with 15, Grove with 10. Osama at 9 points tonight. He has a string of 11 straight double figure scoring games as well. But first and foremost, you're hoping that Buchanan misses the front end of the 1-and-1. He is a 60% foul shooter.
Yeah, Reynolds 4 tonight. He's only had 6 shot attempts, and even on that last charge that he had a few possessions ago, Rutgers was really hell-bent on playing him on his right hand, where it's like, hey, we're going to take away that right hand from you.
So you hope this isn't it for this team. It will take a comeback to play tomorrow, and then it would take a few things to happen to play again in the Crown Tournament. Washington and Indiana are the top 2 teams. They would likely get the top 2 bids, assuming they'd take it. Oh, and he missed the free throw badly. So, not over yet. 7-point game ahead to Osama. He's driving baseline, and then he just lost the ball, and it funnels off to, and a tie ball goes to Rutgers. He drove the baseline. I don't know if that was was he trying to pass it down there to Reynolds?
Yeah, he's trying to left-hand pass it.
So the Gophers, it will be the 15th turnover of the night. They just got lax with the ball. 5 turnovers for Osama here. Inbound man will be Buchanan, and he gets it into Davis, and they are trying to foul him, and they finally call it. Tyson. And the Gophers did not want to foul there, it looks like. Deco's mad that they called the foul on Tyson. It looked to me, I thought it looked like he was trying to reach out and foul him, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I feel like that's kind of the strategy. If you don't get the steal right away out of the trap, then, second one is a foul, but I'm not sure.
Davis, 2 shots now, double bonus, hits the first, makes it an 8-point game. Rutgers tonight, 10 of 23 from 3, 43%. But the story of this one is really the second half turnovers. 10 second half turnovers, free throw good. And the lead is the largest of the night, 9, 68-59. Gophers with just 28 second half points. They led at the half. Here's Reynolds, and the shot swatted again by Abole. And Zerno brings it up into the offensive end, and he gets fouled with 23.5 seconds to go. And you can hear the Rutgers fans on the far side enjoying this. They will play Rutgers or UCLA tomorrow night. Zerno at the line, 77% free throw shooter. Free throw good, and it's a double-digit game, 69-59. He'll have another. Got them both, 11-point lead, 23 seconds to go. Grant in, Zerno out. Stick around for the post-game show. We will hear from head coach Nico Medved immediately after the game. Big Ten rules stipulate he's got to come right away. Here's a 3 by Tyson that goes, and Minnesota will use a timeout. He's now at 21, and the lead is 8 with 16.8 seconds to go, 70-62. Well, Al Nolan, it is up in the air. The crown is probably at this point with Minnesota at 15 and 17 a bit of a longer shot now. They would have needed a win tonight would have helped. Some teams could decline if Minnesota wants to play. And with the injuries and everything else, and some guys kind of getting ready for pros, you didn't know.
Right.
So if this is the final one of the season tonight, I think it's been given everything. The injury situation, year one, trying to set a tone with a new coaching staff. I think overall, mission, of course, would you love to be in the tournament? Yeah. But I think mission generally was accomplished here by this group this year.
Yeah, I think it was an extremely exciting season. I don't know about mission accomplished, but I think it was an exciting season. I think they did, the best that they could with the circumstances that they had. I'm sure they would have loved to do better, but the way they played, they made it exciting. They beat big teams at the barn at home in front of a great crowd, in front of our fans that made them excited. So they did an extremely good job this year, considering the circumstances of all the injuries and being shorthanded, Willis going down, Crocker Johnson going down, Viola going down. Those are three starters right there. But I wouldn't say mission accomplished. I would just say that
only in setting the tone. I'm not trying to suggest that the goal was to win 15. You know what I'm saying? Like set the tone of this is kind of how you want to play, fight through it. If there's adversity, try to overcome it, all those things. And I think fans kind of took to this team a little bit too.
Yeah, and Coach Medved, it developed a culture and let Minnesota Gopher fans know what they can, look forward to for sure.
Here's a steal. Tyson will launch a three and hit it. With 4 seconds to go, cuts it to 5, inbound quickly, and Francis is fouled as Tyson trying to pull some miracle off here. He's now at 24, 70-65. Gophers down 5, and the foul with 4 seconds to go. Shinholster the foul.
But I thought they had a very good year for sure, considering the circumstances.
2 shots here for Francis.
Gopher faithful can be excited for the future after watching this team compete throughout the year.
Free throw good. He's now got 28, does Francis. 5 threes tonight. And he made that.
They are going to have some interesting off-season acquisitions on what they have to do. I'll be interested to see how that plays out for the Gophers.
Reynolds goes coast to coast as the horn sounds. He makes the shot. And the game is over. Rutgers gets the win, 72-67 the final. And that makes it 4 for 4 today. The team that led at halftime didn't win a single one of the 4 games today. The team trailing came back to win all 4 contests. Right now, let's give you the scoring summary brought to you by alumni-owned True North Mergers and Acquisitions, part of the True North family of companies. True North M&A serves business owners with companies generating up to $250 million in revenue. It was 24 for Tyson, 15 for Durkin, 10 for Grove, Osama with 9, Reynolds 6, and Shinholster 3. 29 for Francis, 13 for Davis, 10 for Abole, 6 each for Buchanan and Grant, 8 for Zerno, Baudelais, Powers, and Mark all played and did not score. The scoring summary brought to you by